Come on, goddamn it!
Yo, that delay be that delay be ass. Like you be like, did I do something wrong? Is it gonna take? What the fuck? What happened? What happened? Oh man, I'm be fussing today.
Oh my goodness,
I'm be fussing. It's likely to be funny, but still, like I'm be fussing because motherfuckers make me sick.
Yeah,
they really make me sick.
It's a built-in feature.
Yo, it's a thing. It's a whole thing. Yo, if I didn't have a podcast to do, I would quit. Metaverm. What up, Sean?
What up, Sean?
Yo, I would literally check out of all things. If it wasn't Multiworld and Majestic, Reaper Legion shit, I would check out because it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking annoying, man.
It's fucking humans.
They stink.
Bruh.
They stink. Yo, I finally watched that entire segment of Jon Stewart.
I meant to go find it. Yo,
now the only ones I saw on YouTube was like 5 minutes of it, but it's longer than that, right? It ain't super long because it's a portion of an entire episode of a show on the Apple.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know that we even had the Apple thing. I said, that's why I said, you got that Apple TV shit? He was like, yeah. I said, bet I'm gonna watch that. I watched it early this morning. And it's Verb said, fucking well said.
Hey.
Yo, like he really pulled this guy's chair from under him before he sat down.
Damn.
He really did, yo. He really did. Because again, a lot of times there's a place for the factoid type of debate. There's a place for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the most effective in all cases. And I think that when you just pull it's like a game of Jenga. Just pull the logic log out here and pull that makes no sense. Excuse me, sir. This and that motherfucker's gonna collapse eventually. It's gonna come down. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened in that entire fucking interview.
You know what's funny? In that clip, I feel like fuck him personally.
Yes.
But I feel sorry for him on the I'm empathetic to the human condition. I feel sorry for him because he sees it coming.
Yes.
You know he sees it coming.
Oh no,
when he says I'm assuming you're gonna say, no, I'm not gonna say. It's not an opinion.
This is
fact. Is what the fact is.
This is what the numbers are.
I'm like, oh.
And John, the way John, his delivery,
bruh,
and the way he prosecutes it, like when dude said, talking about the what's that? It was the trans something reading club or something like that.
Yeah.
He said, so why is that something for the government? Is that infringing on their freedom of speech? He said, no, because it's the government's responsibility to protect you. He said it's the government's. So yeah, exactly. It's the government's responsibility to do. So what is the number one killer of children in this country? Yo, he was just pulling at the thread, and the whole fucking suit just came off, and soon the senator was wearing no clothes. That's what happened, bro. It was ugly. Was he a governor? I can't remember which one he was. I think it was a senator. But it was an ugly display, and shit got dark for him in there. And you got to know that clip has seen when all around where people done seen that. People have seen that. Come on. And then John prefaced it the same way I always preface this shit is, I'm not for a complete gun ban. I'm not.
Right.
But come on, we talking common sense shit right now. If you're telling me it ain't the guns, it's the people, then why you giving the people guns? This is how simple. Yo, that shit was easy. That shit was easy.
Yo, see, here's the thing. Like, Roland is almost good for nothing but a laugh.
Yes.
Roland is a gotcha.
Yep, he's a gotcha.
And just a gotcha.
Debate. He's a gotcha debate guy. That's it.
Jon Stewart provides his years of entertainment experience.
Yes.
With knowing what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
And understanding a little bit better what an actual debate is.
Exactly. The other thing too is, as I watched the show and how very, very reminiscent it is of the Daily Show.
Mm-hmm.
What it did is it brought me to mind of what I was thinking when he retired from the Daily Show. When he left the Daily Show, right? I said to myself, John, this is the single greatest content you've ever been a part of.
Right.
I've seen you in other movies. Nah, this ain't it. Like, this is this is the environment with which you thrived. You found what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I get at a certain time, shit gets stale to you. You're human. You're doing the same thing constantly, repetitively. It's going to at some point wear loose and you want to try some other shit.
Right.
Which he did. He took a little vacation, chilled, blah, and then he started trying to do some other shit.
Mm-hmm.
He found himself right back in another version of the Daily Show. And it is every bit as good as what he was doing on the Daily Show. Every bit of that.
A bit more biting.
I think that's because he's not necessarily on a network.
Yeah, exactly.
So he can,
he ain't gotta worry about
the F bombs can fly frequently and wherever he likes. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
But I think sometimes all of us deal with this. If you're creative, you will do something that the world acknowledges you're very good at for a long enough time. You start to want to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So you do it. And in the rare cases, you have motherfuckers that successfully tackle the new thing and people realize, hey, they good at that. Right? But a lot of times, that's not what happens. A lot of times, they're not quite as good at that. They're okay, but they're not quite as good at that. And then when you couple it with the fact that people just want to see you do the other shit, along with that, eventually, if you're smart, you kind of go back, you get reinvigorated for that what you was doing before. And that's what it feels like he is with this show. He feels like he's back in the form that he should be in. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's dope. I know he got a bunch of back episodes that I haven't watched because, like I said, I didn't know we had Apple TV or whatever. I didn't know that shit. But again, he just like anybody else, his takes aren't always right. There's gonna be shit he said I disagree with, all of that shit. But in that particular situation right there, we talking, and when I use common sense, talking about cultural. Here, common sense for here. This doesn't make sense of us to be doing that shit like that anymore. And a lot of those old arguments, they don't hold water because, like he said to him, he was like, so you say that the more guns we have, the safer we are. So when does that kick in?
Right.
We already have 400 million floating around. Do we need to get to 1 billion before this? He says, no, but if you see that 50,000 is a small percentage of how many guns, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but that number keeps going up.
Right. I'm about to say, what?
The number keeps going up.
Right.
So if the number keeps going up and you got more guns than ever, then maybe going in that direction ain't giving us the result y'all saying.
Facts.
That's all. And again, it's this very annoying predisposition of defensive attitudes that Americans have when discussing the problems here. Like, there's a segment of the population that's like, don't nobody bring me no bad news. That is a segment of this population that way. So when you mention, yo, this is a problem, can you imagine your mom sent you in your room to clean that motherfucker because it's objectively filthy, and everybody outside of your house, if they came in and saw that, like, damn, son, what's going on with this?
Right.
Your mom said, boy, go in there and clean that room, and you go in there, but you refuse to accept that the room is that bad. So as a result, you only get, oh yeah, I did use this napkin the other day and throw this in the trash. Oh shit, there's a little bit of dust here on the windowsill. All right. No, this shit is still filthy. And you can't clean it because you refuse to see it for what it is.
Facts.
And that's I can't speak for other places around the world.
Right.
And how their citizens react to that sort of shit. Maybe they do the same thing. I don't know. But I know here it's blatant. Yo, this is a problem. Oh, no, it ain't. Yo, did you look at the data? Did you even look at the data to see this is like that reflexive defense, reflexive. Come on, man. Come on, stop it. Stop it. What up, Lost AI?
What up? That reminds me of, oh shit, it's happening again. Hold on. I gotta refresh.
Oh, damn. He's refreshing again. We've been wroth with tech issues.
I don't understand.
That y'all don't even know about.
No. But that kind of reminds me of this growing sentiment that I see. First of all, we're doomed.
Doomed
because humans. Nah, for real. Like I feel like I hate the fact that any sentiment that starts to gain traction always gets co-opted by bad faith actors.
Facts. Every time.
I hate that.
Every time.
It's clockwork.
Yeah.
Shit is annoying. The concept of the internet not being real. So when people first started saying that, they were saying it in good faith.
Yes, they were.
There was a specific meaning to that had truth to it.
Tell the truth.
But now people are using that to inoculate themselves.
Yes.
And use their fucking anecdotal evidence.
Bro, they have stretched it. They have stretched it to the point where it loses all utility.
I don't see nobody in real life. I don't see nobody in real life that say they don't like Ant-Man. All right. How many people do you know? How many people do you know? How many people do you generally have a conversation with in real life?
I think the word we're
how many people have seen the fucking movie?
Size.
Right. How many people have seen the fucking movie? I haven't seen the movie. You have.
Right.
I haven't seen the movie. I'm not commenting on how good or bad it is, but it's just shit like that. Real name Brandon was on the fucking Twitter talking about I ain't never heard, and I already hate this fucking idea in the beginning, but talking about I ain't never heard nobody say put on that Jay-Z. Sir, what? What do you know how there's absolutely no way. You see the amount of people that were saying to him like, yo, I'm from Cali too, and yeah, that's demonstrably false. And he's like, Jay-Z. How you gonna tell me what I heard? You're right. That's the point that you're missing. That's the point that you're missing. This is anecdotal. If you're telling the truth, which I doubt.
It's suspect, bro.
Yeah, but if you're telling the truth, it's completely anecdotal. That you don't become as big of an artist as he is with nobody listening to him. See, that's not how this works.
And it's like the larger point that you were making. Y'all have now decided that you can make a justifiable juxtaposition between your little bullshit opinion and the reality of what life. They don't always mix, bro.
No.
You saying just because, well, how you gonna tell me what? No, I'm not telling you what you have seen. I'm telling you the objective reality that is demonstrable, and we can literally see. Look at them. Do you really? Let me guess. If you think nobody was listening to him, do you really think he would have had the career he had if nobody was listening to him?
Nobody. I ain't never heard nobody say put on no Jay-Z. What? I mean, maybe.
So that means nobody listens to Jay. Do you see how dumb that is?
Right.
Because you say you've never heard it.
Right.
You have internalized that to mean that means nobody ever does it. Right. And that is a very dumb way to see the universe. Right? It is a stupid way to see the universe, bro.
It's just like that tweet that I sent you about the women liking street dudes and all that.
We gonna get into that.
And there's so many people on Twitter talking about women don't actually like the people like this. You only see stuff like that on the internet and blah blah. What?
Before.
What are you?
Oh, we go. Like I said, we go. Look.
How
wait a minute. Are we doing this now? Are we foregoing this?
Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, what sparked this was Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Conversation about him. He was on the red carpet.
Yeah.
I think for the Creed movie. Right?
Creed. Yeah.
And one of the interviewers happened to be somebody who knew him from school. This interviewer has a podcast, and in the podcast they mentioned Michael B. Jordan, which she didn't say this. Her co-host has said something to the effect of, "Oh yeah, we used to clown Michael B. Jordan in school because I went to the same school with him in Jersey because he was one of the corny dudes that was."
Hold up. So the co-host said, "What's her name? What is her name?
I forget.
L'Oreal. Her co-host was like, he's corny. Blah blah this. Blah blah that. And L'Oreal was like, well, he did used to make fun of him a lot in high school because his name's Michael Jordan and he ain't no Michael Jordan, and he used to walk around with headshots and in the hood. We from Newark, like who does that and all this other shit. Like she was going in on him. She never said the word corny on the podcast.
Okay.
Her co-host said the word corny. She never said the word corny on the podcast. But my thing is, I'm going to use real name Brandon's logic. How you going to tell Michael B. Jordan what he heard? He might be talking about back in high school.
Yes.
That don't just because he said, "Oh, I'm corny," don't mean he talking about the podcast.
Right.
They went to it's confirmed that they went to high school together.
It's confirmed.
By the way, though, you know how crazy it is to go on and on about how somebody's corny or not Michael. No Michael Jordan when they're on HBO because he was in The Wire.
Yes, he was
when they were in high school. Like. You
know why? I'm gonna tell you why. One of the things they said is that they figured he was corny because he would walk around the school with a headshot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell y'all something. You motherfuckers may not know what you was going to do.
Facts.
But he knew what the fuck he was going to do. From the beginning.
He was aware. He had a dream.
He was like, I'm already Michael B. Jordan.
Facts.
And now, in 2023, y'all all looking like, that's Michael B. Jordan.
No, I've been
he was doing that in the mirror in high school. Oh shit, I'm Michael B. Jordan. Yep. Don't get mad at him.
Right.
Don't get mad at him because he knew.
I've been that.
Right. I've been me.
Talking about. I've
been me.
And then this is an unfortunate side effect of things happening
that's true,
so publicly. This motherfucker Joe Biden.
Yeah, I didn't see the clip, but I saw the headline and I was like, come on, bro.
Oh no, I'm about to play it.
Oh, nice.
Well, audio, because I'm not about to go through all those hoops. But
thanks.
The movies. Let me tell you. Dog, you doing that to a girl is some corny nigga shit. I can see that. You being Michael B. Jordan today, allegedly sexiest man alive in all of these blockbuster movies. I agree. During your highlight week, you've probably never been more visible than you are right this second. And that's what you do to her. And if I bring back them white girl rumors, then it's going to sound even crazier. Because why you talking to our sisters like that on the red carpet? We ain't even talking to white bitches like that. But I'm not gonna make it racy. They say I make everything racy. That was corny of him.
Nigga, you just did.
Like I'm not disagreeing. I would have made Michael B. Jordan. That's why niggas call you corny. I would have made a joke off air.
All right, so hold on. This is the same person.
Emotional Joe.
This is the same person.
Shut the fuck up before Vivica Fox. Shut the fuck up before I book you for a movie. It don't cost but $5 to get it done. I will book that entire Fox Old Ho show for $75.99. You bitches better leave me alone.
But our black sisters,
bro.
I
watched him do that. I watched him on the show do that, and was like, "That's what you doing."
But our black sisters,
yeah,
because he had said
we were talking about corny shit before, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
like what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
can we get it real? There's a lot of nuance and balance that has to come to this particular conversation.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
All of it is not wrong, and all of it is not right.
Bruh, the word corny can be defined so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
My shit frozen again. I'm not refreshing it.
It don't look frozen over here, but it's frozen.
No, my comments.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Here's the thing, right? First, you gotta define what corny is.
Right.
Everybody has.
This is nice and possible.
Everybody has a different interpretation of what they can find to be corny. All right,
Facts.
but we have to talk about one of these aspects because I've heard people say, it's not a thing that there are women out there who like guys that are just more edgy. That's a myth. No, it's not. And the reality of the situation is there's a lot of different things that makes that a reality. Some of it, I personally believe, has to do with evolutionary biology.
Sure.
The male who is seen to be able to protect himself is then thought of to be able to protect others.
Sure.
Right? Protect the offspring, protect the wife, whatever. Guys that have that extra aggressive shit, when they're children, it becomes the bane of their existence. I can tell you this from personal experience, that you get in trouble because you are that, and you have lower cognitive functioning because you're a child.
Sure.
So you make poor decisions based off of that. But you got all the guts in the world, swing on a motherfucker bigger than you, do all this other shit. Oh, right. Nigga said this, we're gonna do this. All of that. The difference is, and this is where the balance comes to for me, when some of these guys get older, they learn the error in thinking and acting on impulse like that.
Right.
There's still that guy that'll punch you in your. Please do not get it twisted.
Sure.
There's still that guy who will punch you dead in your face for what they perceive to be a violation. The difference is what they consider a violation that warrants that changes as they get older. So now you're talking about some why a woman will be attracted to that. Well, it's really simple. There are women that would prefer to be with somebody who they feel safe with.
Mm-hmm.
Not just safe from them, meaning they're not the type to do something physically to harm her or emotionally to harm her.
That's
but
where
also
a lot of the
safe.
contradiction comes in.
That's, of course. Also someone that they feel safe with because the world is a dangerous place.
Facts.
And we're going to stop. Some of y'all might be lucky enough to go through this life without some shit kicking off, some conflict kicking off, when you're going to have to do something. But all of us are not as fortunate in that experience. Like, shit happens. You could go to the mall, some shit kick off, and now it's about those learned responses that you developed as a child that are determined by your temperament, right? That's already established in your personality. And when it really comes down to it, if somebody is attacking or trying to attack your kids or your wife, are you going to be the type of person that goes, I gotta call the police? Or are you the kind of person that's going to spring into action to defend your shit? There is a difference.
Yeah.
And in the moment, you don't have a lot of leeway. If you don't act,
right,
your loved ones get
consequences,
right? So the people that are more likely to act are the ones that grew up with that type of temperament in the first place and had to learn to utilize it in a more proper fashion, in a more appropriate fashion, rather than popping off at every little thing that's said, or you know what I'm saying? And there's some women that find that very attractive in men because they feel like he can take care of himself. And I know I feel safe around this motherfucker. That is not the end all and be all in that list of things she's looking for, but it's there and he has it. Any man that does not have that particular thing, there's a segment of women that will not be attracted to you. Mm-hmm. They will not be attracted to you. That don't make these women bad, by the way, at all. At all. For that preference, like, no, I'm just somebody that's got a little edge to them. The problem is they keep melding a guy with some edge to him to an ignorant, dumb motherfucker that's in his fucking 30s and 40s still doing the shit he was doing when he was 16. That's not the same. Those are not the same things. Those are not the same things.
No, dude.
Corny, to me, corny is not taking care of your kids. That's corny as a motherfucker.
Facts.
Corny is disrespecting your wife.
Facts.
That's corny as a motherfucker to me. Corny is disrespecting your mom. Corny, or disrespecting your community.
Sure.
And what you might view as disrespect as an adult, you might not see it as because I didn't. You think that when I was a kid, if I thought that me and my friends toting guns, getting into all this shit around the neighborhood was disrespecting the neighborhood, that I would have did it? No, I didn't see it as that back then. Took me to get older. Go, this is disrespecting these older people around here. The adults that go back and forth to work every day, and their kids they send out here to go to school and be safe, and we making the neighborhood not safe. It's disrespectful as fuck. I think that way now at 53. Now, well, I started thinking that way in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like the people that they call corny, a lot of those people, they're not corny. They're just regular people.
Mm-hmm.
It's regular people.
Regular people. Yeah, like
but
if I had
got
to define
definition.
I'm going to just say I'm a steal from Charlemagne the Fraud. I'm gonna have to say just any situation where you're being your inauthentic self.
Right.
Because you're putting up a front.
I like that.
That's corny to me.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, I don't understand. I just had this conversation with Chrissy. It kind of rolls in. I don't understand and never have and never will and don't try to. No attempt. All these motherfucking guys who put actual energy into trying to impress other fucking guys.
Yo, could you please explain it to me.
Listen, so there are certain people in my life whose opinions I care about.
Right.
Individuals. Right. Certain individuals.
Right.
If I'm doing something, I am absolutely going to think about what Toom's going to say about it. Right. I'm going to think about what Addie's going to say about it.
Right.
But random niggas that I don't know, like
niggas over there doing cartwheels for niggas they don't know.
And here's the thing. This is why none of this shit is black and white. Because the whole idea of saying that if somebody is homophobic, they must be a closeted homosexual. They must be a closeted homosexual is problematic.
It's a wild bar.
But when you're telling me that you're doing or not doing something because the next man might feel a way about it, that to me that feels like you're trying to impress him.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. I'm no. The other thing, it's another way you can say this too. They lining up to the Frank stand. Listen,
bruh. It's like I personally don't get it. Anybody that can explain it to me, y'all can try. I'll listen to an individual trying to explain this to me. I'm not going to try to figure it out.
Free Thinker says they are looking for validation, something they think they need but don't.
That's the thing. That's the thing. But I personally do not understand it. It screams suspect to me. And again, by suspect, I don't mean gay.
It just looks suspicious.
It just looks really suspicious. Like, what the fuck? Why are you carrying so
Mike, I said Frank's Hebrew National Hot Dog and Sausage Stand.
Like, why are you spending so much energy trying to impress this man that don't got no bearing on your life?
No bearing on your life, B.
I just
you don't even know. Yo,
you don't know these people.
And let me ask you this. Is it me? Is it just me? Or this crowd, they've been a bit too loud lately. Y'all can only get one outburst every few months, B.
Bruh.
Like you just played yourself trying to diss ASAP Rocky and Rihanna shit. We just heard from you.
And Jonathan Majors.
And Jonathan we gonna get into that. Like, yo, y'all just played yourselves already. We heard y'all. So go back into your caves for another couple of months until something else. This back-to-back shit from y'all, we don't need to hear that for so many times.
You know what's funny about it is with this increase of these things, another thing that is increasing exponentially is this you. Because here's the thing. This person on the Michael B. Jordan situation, she says, Michael B. Jordan, being nearly 40, rich and famous, still reacting to who called him corny in high school, really just proves that he's fucking corny. Now, hold on. Wait a minute. That was 6 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But on January 8th,
here we go.
The same person said,
we kept the files.
I 100% hold grudges against people who called me ugly. I don't care how long it's been. Don't let it be a nigga who called me ugly in middle school trying to talk to me now. You know how generally when you get an issue, it's usually you gotta like use the analogy to put them together. This is damn near exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
What?
I just need to ask. Do y'all just be saying shit to be saying shit?
Yes, I promise you they do. And this goes along with what I was saying about the internet not being a real thing. You fucking lying. One of these things can't be true.
Right.
Unless you have some type of mental issue that fucks with your head.
Where you absolutely believe this now.
Right.
But you forgot about what you was believing before. I guess. Bro.
I don't know. Y'all are getting this is why the title is what the title is. I don't even remember what the fuck I called it, but that's why it is what it is.
Buggin's the new living, B.
Bruh. These motherfuckers, I don't understand. Mike says some people on the internet really just GPT chatbot.
Now he says that. He says that. But I've seen examples of it far too many times. No, see, Mike, this how you fucking up, Mike. Mike says just trying to understand humanity.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Nah.
That's your problem.
Nah. They're gonna always throw you for a loop. Humanity's always gonna kick you in the balls at some point because just when you think you have a handle on it, how things are, somebody's gonna come along and convince a whole bunch of people to do something the complete opposite of what was expected to do.
Every single time.
And again, I gotta say, I would think by now the fatigue, not from us, from you would set in. You would get tired, but you don't. You are inexhaustible. And now I figured out why. Because much like a lot of those comic book superhero characters that we all love and enjoy, your body does not produce lactic acid. Therefore, it doesn't release fatigue toxins, right? And you have to keep going and going and going and going. Got you.
Yo.
Some of y'all are the super soldier of bad takes.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yo, they're horrible. They're horrible. And again, to say, first of all, when you look at the clip, that shit didn't even last long. He did one little, and then we're right into the interview.
But wait, all people attacking him. At the end of the fucking interview, she says, "Oh, you ain't corny no more." Come on. How the fuck? All right. If you didn't watch, if you didn't see it to the end of that, right? I can possibly buy an argument of you saying that was a long time ago. He should get over it. I can buy you saying that. I don't agree.
Right.
Because I know this person personally. I don't give a fuck how you feel.
Exactly.
I went to school with this motherfucker.
Right.
You have no idea.
And you wasn't there when they were. Exactly.
But if you say it was a long time ago, fine. But if you get to the end of that fucking segment and she like, yo, you're not so corny no more. Ma'am.
Miss Man.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
What was the point of that?
So, right. This is the other thing too. Some of y'all are really mad. Y'all really mad because of how successful this man is. Mm-hmm. Now, there's times when people try to use that when it does not apply. This guy literally did some jackass shit. Right. But the fact that, just in the case of that one girl you was talking about, the fact that she said, basically, time does not have there's no restriction on the time she can be salty or mad at somebody who called her ugly, even if it was in middle school, only to turn around and not grant that same grace to Michael Jordan for high school.
What the fuck?
And y'all that's the other thing. Let me be clear.
What up, McKenna?
What up, McKenna? I think most of y'all know I'm petty as fuck.
Oh, nigga.
Petty as fuck. This man over here, petty as fuck.
Hey.
We'd be the first to not.
Fact.
Petty.
100%.
The way I see these people waxing poetic about how petty and of poor character he is for that, as if they don't be doing similar shit. It's crazy.
Right?
Why? So y'all paragons of virtue over there?
Wait. We're overlooking the fact that he still gave the interview.
He still gave the interview.
He gave the interview. He answered normally. It's not like he made one comment about it at the very beginning of the interview.
Yep.
She copped a plea, and he continued the interview.
You know what I think? You know what I think too? These people that got online and reacted and blew that shit up to the point where it was really horseshit. Y'all picked on people in school.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of them people that y'all picked on, they doing all right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you are projecting at this point because you don't want somebody that's doing really good to rub your face in the fact that when they was in school or younger or whatever, you tried to shit on them. The last thing
they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
Right. You don't want that because you picked on people in school. That's what it was. And now you don't. The comeuppance is the comeuppance, B. Yeah. Like, and listen, it just so happens that there's a certain personality type that when they're in school, they're socially awkward. So what do they focus on? The only thing they can focus on. It's not like they got dates. It's not like that, you know what I'm saying? Right. They've been invited to parties and shit. Right. They focus on their schoolwork. Yeah. And they manage to get pretty good at the shit. Mm-hmm. And then they go from one success to the next success. Mm-hmm. Before you know it, years go by. Y'all done graduated. Many, many years gone by. You see this person, because of the amount of work they put in, because they weren't distracted by this other life. Yeah. They did really well for themselves. Right. You know what I would say to y'all that's mad? Good. Nigga. They deserve all that success.
All of it.
Because they bust their ass to get it.
Yeah.
And some of them, like a Michael B. Jordan, was willing to do shit y'all motherfuckers wasn't willing to do.
Bruh.
He was
not even just that.
Out there.
He was willing to do shit that I'm pretty sure he knew.
He knew y'all were ridiculed.
Exactly. When you make that type of sacrifice, you deserve something.
Right.
It just is what it is.
And I feel like he has these folks have a right to strut a little bit.
Nigga. What?
You tiptoeing, big man. You need to strut.
Maybe he's in a situation where he's making his directorial debut on a movie that was a passion project for him when it first started.
And it's a legacy IP,
bro,
from one of the most iconic movie
come on now
from the Rocky series,
bro. Like, here's the thing, I ain't gonna hold you. In general,
Facts,
I'm a fan of Michael B. Jordan. I don't necessarily think he's the best actor,
me either,
but I'm a fan.
Yeah, I like the stuff he's in.
Yeah,
he does. To me, he does just enough that it entertains me. So I'm not.
There are very few times where he steals the show, but when he does, he does.
Yeah. And I gotta say, first, I'm putting this up here. Happy birthday to my man Just Chris. Put that out here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, I talked to him. He about to do some. What did he say he was going? It's right. It's literally right here. He's about to do some. He's going to Cleveland for a Cavaliers game, and then he's going to Cincinnati to go to Papados.
Hey, that's some shit.
I mean,
living his life like it's
good. Hey,
gotta let him do it. But
thanks.
I listen. I'm just gonna tell y'all like this. People have they deserve the right to bask in their whole thing. Like, if you bust your ass to get that shit, and it was mad obstacles in the way. That's something I want to say. I saw Creed. I'm not giving any spoilers.
Right.
I enjoyed it very much. Some people might not, because it some of the themes in there, if you haven't lived it, maybe it won't hit you as hard. Not that you wouldn't understand it,
right.
But it wouldn't hit you as hard. There was even scenes in there I thought that were very artistic choices that he made, and how certain scenes were shot, and the double and triple meaning of a scene. Right, there's a lot of stuff in there. Some of the things in there, y'all know the basic premise: a guy that he was, cool with when they was kids. They running buddies or whatever, and he comes back, and it's a conflict that's going to go on because now he feels like this nigga living my life. Right. This is what I should have had. There's so many relatable tropes in there for me with people I grew up with. I got in trouble with, you know what I'm saying? I did some fucked up shit with, you know what I'm saying? And it spoke to me in a way, like I saw friends in the betrayal Jonathan Major did. I know people just like this. Right. Where I had a very similar relationships with. Now it didn't degenerate to what theirs wound up degenerating to, right? But those tropes were still very prevalent. Somebody going to jail, coming home. There's a lot of that shit in there that's prevalent, right?
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan directed that.
Yeah, facts. Directorial debut.
I can't listen. He has a right to strut,
bruh.
And here's the thing: while y'all all on Twitter talking that shit on him, you know what he doing?
Yo, you know what the funny thing is? Even if the movie wouldn't have been great,
right?
Because he made it to this point.
Like, he made it to this point.
It's not like the first two movies in the series. He was just a hired gun.
Facts.
No, he was very involved in the creative process of all three of the movies. Yes. Ryan Coogler directed the first one.
Yes.
And they have a history. So yeah, like, nah, he was very involved from the beginning.
Very involved.
And the two that were put out warranted the third one. That's enough. Like,
this probably was the best out of I only saw two.
I wouldn't be surprised.
First one, and I just saw the last one. I didn't see the second one. But from what I have seen, this one was better than the first. Right. But it also could be because, like I said, it was themes in this one that directly hit me like, whoa.
I mean, also the first one didn't have Jonathan Majors in it.
That is true. Oh, can we talk about that? That's what I mean by y'all saying too much lately. It's time to pipe down just a bit, right? One of the criticisms I heard about Jonathan Majors, I saw this very racist rhetoric talking about that man's face.
Yeah.
from black people, not from who the stereotype would have told you would be saying that. And I thought to myself, well, why is that? Look at Jonathan Majors, a very authentically African phenotype.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of us over here that was born over here and been over here for generations, we have one or two phenotypes, the lips, dark skin, maybe we have the cheekbones, the wide nose, something like that. Jonathan got all of them.
All of it.
He got all of it. So to see some of these black people, and these were men that I saw, by the way, men that I saw, say he had a slave face and all this shit. And I said to myself, wow. So when I come to you and say that your standards of what's attractive or unattractive, along with everything else, has been completely corrupted, you have been completely indoctrinated to the point where you don't recognize somebody with authentically African phenotype features. And when you see that, you go, that looks weird. That looks ugly. He's like a clown slave face.
Right.
And one of the things they was talking about in the movie is some of his facial expressions in the movie. I know what scenes they're talking about. I was doing the fight scene. Doing some fight scenes. Let me tell y'all something. Have you ever seen yourself in a fight? Have you ever seen what the faces you might make in a fight after being punched all in your motherfucking face? Have you ever noticed that? Did somebody put a mirror up to your face and go, yo, look at that expression in your face. I just punched you square in the chops. Look at the expression on your face. Ugh. Jonathan Majors is a phenomenal actor.
Bruh.
And on top of that, he is getting this energy behind his brand.
Nigga.
Where he's starting to get offered roles where he has prominence in these roles. So get used to seeing those prominent African features.
You're going to see a lot of him.
Get used to it. Get used to it.
Even if you don't want to.
Facts.
Listen, even if you were, it's so crazy. Even if you only watch the MCU. Right. You're going to see 4 or 5 different versions of this motherfucker. 4 or 5 versions.
He coming. Guns blazing.
Thanks.
Guns blazing. So I'm glad it annoys you. I'm glad you feel bad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad it offends your aesthetic sensibilities. I'm glad.
You mad, nigga? I'm glad, nigga.
I'm glad. Cause that man, you see the wind under his sails? Like, he going up and it's stuck.
Yo.
He said something, about self-esteem. He was on that fucking talk show. And he was like, my self-esteem is mine. It ain't shit you can do to bring my shit down. This comes from a man who's probably heard that bullshit y'all stand out y'all mouth his whole life.
I'm sure.
And he's built up apparently armor. Like, that corny shit y'all say, this ain't stopping me from getting women. This ain't stopping me from being successful in my career. And 10 years from now, that corny bullshit you were saying online about me after I'm winning this award, that award, that shit gonna look dumb. Cause it looked dumb now. It looked dumb now. And again, it wasn't who the stereotype would be, you would think. Wasn't any white folks saying no stuff like that? Was no white folks saying no stuff like that? I saw it all from
us.
Yeah, from us. Because you guys have been broken and beaten to the point where the aesthetic taste is not even your own anymore. It's someone else's. And anyone that looks authentically like somebody in your family would have looked a few years back. You know what I'm saying? Right. Oh, I can't. That looks. Are you fucking nuts? Yo, Mike said armor thick as giant turtle shells. Right. Like, there's nothing you can. Do you see what I'm see? And this is why y'all make people flex on y'all. Y'all make people flex on y'all.
Facts.
People who did not intentionally want to flex. That's not what they came in this to do.
Right.
You make them flex because y'all got all kinds of critiques coming from shit that's petty. Y'all ain't talking about his acting performance. Y'all ain't talking about none of that shit. Y'all so petty now. Y'all talking about his facial features. Really? Really? That's what you're doing? So when he flexes, with the big body Benz, when he flexes with the 13-room mansion, when he flexes with the supermodel girlfriend,
talk about it.
Then what? Y'all make people flex on y'all. Y'all make them flex on you. He going straight up Hulk Hogan 24-inch python flex on you. He's about to do it.
Oh, without question.
And it's nothing you can do.
It's going to be glorious.
Man, please. Low key, he already flexing on you.
Facts.
He already flexing on you. Like all of his the work he's done and the recognition he's getting now in Hollywood, he's already flexing on you. All you can do is sit there and hope your boss approves the 2-week vacation shit that you put in.
Bro.
But you made but you made them flex on you. And you was talking, they get so arrogant once they get up there. Nah, B.
Maybe.
Listen, if that's true,
that's what I would say. Maybe.
Right. That's true of some, but a lot of that.
So
listen, and that's the one thing about the internet. It's one thing about the internet. They get to see all your bullshit, and it's like congested, condensed. It's like y'all saying it. A lot of these things probably were said to him before, but now he gets to see it now. And then, of course, I'm a flex. They got on about that picture he did, that photo shoot he did. He'll look film. So I'm gonna ask y'all,
bruh.
Y'all think y'all have to make this like a girl?
That's what
you think? Okay.
This picture is what women look like to you,
right? This is what a woman
like.
What?
Like I'm confused.
Okay, yo, it's like when I ever see pictures of Serena Williams and dudes are like, man, I'll be like,
I don't see that.
Like that's why you be lining up.
She got muscles.
Yes, she got muscles. She absolutely. Yo, like, so this explains why you always walking up to the Frank stand. Bruh. This explains because
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand it. Like, whatever. I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Mike says, the internet never forgets and it always has receipts. Lost AI says, what's funny is the people that got the stuff to flex ain't even trying to flex. They just living their life. Oftentimes. But if you keep, it's like anything else, bro. If you keep provoking me, if you keep pushing me, to quote my man Batista and what he said to Eddie Guerrero in that one promo when they was out there in the middle of the ring. He said, Eddie, I need you to listen to me. I want to believe you. I do. But if you lie to me, if you stab me in the back, I'm going to hurt you. Like, yo, that was the most menacing I've ever seen Batista. That voice got low. It got, I'm going to hurt you.
Hey.
And that's what's going on for me. Like, imagine, you know me. You know how petty I am.
Bruh.
If after I've worked and bust my ass to get to a certain point and I'm there now, and then I got to see you running your fucking mouth all on Twitter, all on this side, a group of you doing all this shit, I'm going to start flexing.
Hey.
I'm going to start flexing. That's simple. How that 401k doing? Listen, I'm going to start flexing. Like, what time you got to go to work today? What time you get off? Yeah. I'm not. I know why you laugh. I know why you chuckle. It's to hide the pain. It's to hide the pain. You need it. You need it more than me. So go ahead.
Hey.
Get your kafars off.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
It was just appalling to me to see a bunch of black men. I saw a bunch of black men doing it. Get on there talking shit about this man's facial features. I was like, that's what you're doing? Really? Guarantee you, the early members of your bloodline that came over here look more like him than they look like you now. I'm just saying. But I hear you talking though.
I mean,
I hear you talking. Some of y'all worst detractors for real.
Bro, without question. Not even close.
Not even.
It is what it is, though. It is what it is. It is what it is. They're gonna feel it in some way.
Well,
they already feeling it is why they're talking.
I think so. I think this is it's from pain. Maybe we should be more sympathetic. It's from pain. Like when we see them doing that, we should be like, oh, bless their heart.
Whoa! I've been saying that so much more often recently.
Bless his heart. Look at him. He's hurting. He's hurting. And they be the first ones to say, oh, because I'm hurting.
All right.
Are you though? Are you though? Okay.
You want to prove it?
All right. You doing as good as that man doing? Well, no.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with what you're saying right now. Because your critique is petty as fuck.
Not a single thing.
I can see if that critique was well thought out, and that critique is surface bullshit.
Thanks.
You got nothing else to talk about, but got you. We see it. We know what's happening. You know what's happening.
Absolutely.
You know what's funny? So when SBJ, our sister Marissa, Addie, we inbox each other, discussions, things. There's real merit to a lot of this shit, or it's funny.
Right.
I have never seen us pettily pick on a motherfucker's appearance.
No,
we're petty. We're petty.
Oh,
that's what we're doing.
But somebody it's not really much they could.
It's not. I don't give a fuck about this.
Maybe now they got money now and they could.
Yeah,
why would you want to put yourself through that? Some people do, some people don't. That's up to them. But there are worse things.
There are worse things, and that's usually what we are commenting on or laughing on is something somebody did, their behavior. Y'all going on appearance and this, that, and to be clear, we're petty. Yo, my sister Marissa is petty. She calls herself Marissa Petty Day. The last name holiday. Petty Day. Yo, petty. And that's not it. That's not what we engage in. So I'll be looking at y'all. And look, that's probably in the inbox. We talk shit in the inbox.
Right.
So I'll be looking at y'all getting on public with that dumb shit. And I'll be like, something I did want to talk about too, something you shared with me earlier today. That video footage.
Oh.
Would you like to
Yo, she said so I'm just minding my business scrolling Twitter. And I see this video and the caption was, y'all better leave these women alone, especially Chicago women. So I'm like, what, pray tell, could this possibly be about?
What?
So the video starts and they're kind of out of frame. It's hard to see what exactly is going on.
Yes.
But then they're engaged in conversation and then she like dismisses him and she goes to walk away and he grabs her.
Yeah.
And once he grabs her, they start tussling a little bit and she says the words, "I will kill you." And his reply was, "Well, you're going to have to kill me then." Oh, all right. Pop, pop. Right? Now, we're laughing. That first shot did not result in his death.
No.
The second shot did not. I think she might have missed the second shot.
She might have missed the second shot.
But it's funny how his tone immediately changed.
Yeah.
Just instantly.
First,
oh, no, baby. Oh,
no, baby. I ain't mean it.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
You don't want to die?
But she warned you.
And
she warned you.
Which she kept reminding him.
She kept repeating. And here's the thing. Afterwards, she's like, yo, somebody call the cops.
Right.
Somebody call the cops. This motherfucker tried to rob me. I shot him. She's like, is that your gun? Yep, it's my gun.
And remember, she's like, I gotta go to work.
I'm trying to help you. Yep,
I was trying to help you.
Now I'm in trouble.
Now I'm in trouble. And I said to myself, I hope you're not in trouble.
I hope so.
Because I gotta tell you, that motherfucker got what the fuck he was supposed to get.
Absolutely.
You know how many times we've seen where a woman doesn't have an advantage in any way, how bad these things turn out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times for the woman.
Absolutely.
The fact that she put them slugs in his ass and changed his whole outlook
entirely.
Instantly. He was supposed to get that.
Oh,
he was supposed to get that.
Mm-hmm. Fuck
and
all that.
I don't know if he died, but honestly, if he dies, he dies. I don't give a fuck because I guarantee one way or another, you won't do that again.
Here's the thing. In general, right? There are very few crimes that I might say are justifiable. You get killed for doing that right off bat. Very few, right?
Very few.
But once I say to you,
bro,
I will kill you, and your response is, well, you gonna have to kill me then?
Say less.
It's out of my hands. How am I supposed to defend you at this point? How?
Yo, if you put your hands, you're a grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man, dog.
In the world we living in, all of the horrible shit we've seen happen to women single out there on the streets trying to make their way through life. All of us have seen it, or if you haven't seen anything about it, you've at least heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
And then your goofy ass gonna go and try to put his arm around her neck.
The only reason, from my vantage point, for what I could see in the video, the only reason she was able to shoot him is because he didn't grab her hands.
Yes.
I'm assuming that he assumed that she wasn't pregnant.
Yeah, well, you assume you make an ass out of you, never me, because I don't be doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, it was like you see him grab her, you see them tussling, you see them spin around, and you see her arm come up,
and
her hand go in her pocket.
What I tell you? Oh, you don't think? Right. Watch this. No, that's the word.
You want to kill me then? Oh, really?
Watch this.
Bop, bop. Yo, I'm like, yo, wait.
Yo, when I saw that, when I heard the first I was mad because I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga doing to her?
Right.
And when I heard her go, watch this, and someone went, bop! I went, oh, nigga. Yo, that anger just turned to levity, like, oh,
instantly.
Yeah, mama.
Because this is the perfect example of fuck around. Find out. Nigga, what?
Do it again.
Hey.
Like I said, one way or another, you'll never do that again.
Nah.
If you survive, you'll never do that again.
PTSD from that shit.
If you die, well, you'll never do that again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, one way or another, you never do that shit again. Punk.
Yeah,
I
find it hard to have sympathy for him.
Yo.
Like it's already, again, it's already hard enough just for what he did.
Yes.
But once you say, you basically gave her permission to kill you.
Yeah.
He did. He said,
you just have to kill me. Okay.
Oh, all right.
I will kill you. You thought it was a game. And this the other thing.
Why would you?
This didn't kill me, right? Nigga, they in Chicago.
Bro,
how the fuck you gonna say?
There's no scenario. Listen. We know all the stereotypical places where these things happen.
Yes.
You ain't gonna catch me in any of those places.
Not LA, not Baltimore, not Detroit, not Chicago,
not Atlanta,
not Miami,
not
Houston, oh my God, no, you are not gonna catch me in them areas.
You gonna have to kill me.
You gonna have to kill me.
No, B, I'm good. I'm good. We can settle this some other way.
Can we talk about it? I was wrong. Look.
It wasn't too late.
It wasn't too late.
It wasn't too late.
It wasn't too late.
It just
she won.
And the reason I believe her is because she stayed there and told him to call the police.
Told him to call the police.
That's why I believe that if he would have stopped when she told him, she might not have shot him.
Right.
But
yo, like I said, a woman out there trying to make her way in the world, minding her motherfucking business.
Bro.
And all you could see fit to do was harangue and harass her to the point of putting your fucking gorilla baboonish hands on her and start tussling with this woman. She warns you, I'm gonna put you in the ground. You better chill. Get your hands off me.
Right.
And when you see the video, the tussle was on, B.
Oh, yeah.
The tussle was on. And she come about that, watch this. Bah! I'm like, oh, mama. I thought she was going to do some MMA type move where she grabbed the arm and down the right. No, my nigga. I'm not playing with you. I'm fighting you out here. And again, they in Detroit. Chicago. How you gonna tell anybody in Detroit you just gonna
Chicago,
have to kill me?
nigga.
Excuse me, Chicago. You just gonna have to kill me then.
Yeah, I Chicago. Like that's not advised.
Here's the thing, right? I almost would have respected him if he took that shot and been like, "Shit, you got me."
Right.
Instead, he started copping the plea when it was too late. It's too late. The bullet in you. You caught one, a bad one, from the sound of it. Because remember, you hear me
like, yo, I'm fucked up.
Yo, I'm fucked up. Yeah, I bet you are. No, you fucked up.
Yeah,
you fucked up. You fucked up. You tried to attack that woman when she was trying to help your goofy ass. You fucked up.
She was trying to be merciful.
Nah, B.
She attempted to be merciful.
She really did.
You was like, I'll take my chances. Okay. Cool.
These are the chances. These are the consequences. These are the clash of consequences. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man. Now I don't know if that's a copywritten.
Oh, I'm watching it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something else. You think we can
Damn, you shot me for real, is what he said.
Yeah. Do you think we can play some of that?
Why would you think? All right. Let's. Damn, you shot me for real. The fuck you mean?
The odds are not in your favor.
Like, bro, I told you. I explicitly expressed to you that this would be the consequence.
I'm gonna live you if you keep putting your fucking hands on me.
Like, bro, what? She said,
"Watch this."
Dang, you shot me for real.
What the fuck you think was gonna happen?
What do you think "kill you" means? Like, I don't.
Yeah, that's what "kill you" means, bro. Like,
I'm sorry, facts, bro. Play stupid games, win stupid problems. Listen. Here's the thing. She can't risk letting him do whatever the fuck he about to do.
Yo, I was about to say that, bro. She can't take the risk of letting this nigga get this off because we could have possibly been reading about her dead,
bruh,
in the paper, on the news, or whatever. We possibly could have heard about her beat the fuck up, robbed, all that. That could have happened to her. So you know, too much of that shit then took place for people who are typically the targets of that to play games with you motherfuckers. Ain't nobody playing with you.
No.
Ain't nobody playing with you.
Like, why would people be stupid? Yo? I just don't understand. What was
dumb?
What was your end goal? Like, once she said, "I will kill you," like, why did you decide that it was still a good idea to engage? Like, I just don't. Like, I'm baffled. You shot me
too.
Yeah, I fucking shot you. What do you mean?
I told you I was going to shoot you.
Right.
If you kept not, I'm going to rob you and shoot you. No, not. Hey, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you because I feel like it. No. She was defending her fucking life. Because again, like I said, we could have been seeing her in the news if she didn't do that. Yeah. She had to. And that's why I hope Lil Mama don't get no trouble for that shit. I hope she don't. That motherfucker had crazy. That coming. Bro. He had that coming, and he got it.
Yeah, like I was trying to help you. Like, what are you? You just gonna wild out? Okay.
He tried to rob her. He basically tried to rob her. She tried to walk away. He basically tried to rob her. Yeah,
take this
again. Take one of these and call the mortuary in the morning and shit, motherfucker. Fuck that. You got to go. Listen, this is what I mean by when we was talking earlier. The type of world we live in, and why it makes complete sense that there'd be a segment of women that would be attracted to guys who give off at the very least the vibe that they can take care of themselves, therefore take care of their children and their family in a physical manner if necessary. Because shit like this happens all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm. All the time. And often in those times, she ain't got no gun on her.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Clearly self-defense.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly.
The only thing I wonder is I don't know if Chicago has a self-defense law.
They probably don't.
Yeah,
they probably don't.
I wouldn't imagine because
Maryland doesn't.
It's a black city, so I really wouldn't imagine.
Maryland doesn't. Like here in Maryland,
there
is no, and it's the dumbest shit ever. But guess what? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Hey,
yeah, if I think you about to take the one thing I can't get back from me, I'm gonna lay your ass down night. And if you don't get back up, oh well.
Right. I find it extremely hard to have any sympathy for this guy.
I don't. You put your hands on my son. You threaten my wife, my daughter, my mother-in-law, my mother, my sister. It's gonna happen. Something. I'm not playing.
Facts.
If you do something to this
nigga,
I'm not.
Listen, I legitimately would have wanted no one to have to die from this situation.
No, I truthfully would have loved if he'd be like, you know what, mama, I'm out of line, I'm out of pocket.
Right.
And let her go about her business. But sadly, that's not how the world works a lot of the time.
Facts.
And I always side on the side of the person that's not the aggressor.
Right.
Like, she was minding her business, trying to help this dude. He wouldn't accept help. She turned to walk away, and he tried to detain her.
Basically.
And perhaps do whatever else.
Who knows what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like you have to. Oh no, absolutely, Verb. That's why we're fuzzy on whether she's actually going to get in trouble.
Exactly.
Because I kind of feel like she is going to get in trouble. I really hope she doesn't.
Yeah,
I really hope she doesn't.
She don't deserve that.
I think she should get some good faith for staying.
I think so too. I think they should give it like, she could have bounced.
She could have dipped.
But
she could have executed him.
She could execute. That's true. That's the other thing too. That's the other thing. Because had she been like, you got the one shot off.
Right.
She shot it, and he had completely took his hands off of her because he didn't.
No,
he didn't. After the first shot, you still a threat. As long as your hands, you still a threat. If he'd have just dropped, and then she'd have got on top of him and did that doughboy shit from Boys in the Hood, then they gonna get they gonna get you for that. But that's a clean shot to me.
Hey,
that's a clean shot.
It's unfortunate, but hey.
Lost Day I said, heard about a robber who fell through a skylight and survived and sued the people he was robbing. The world is crazy.
That's funny.
That's what I'm thinking too, Metaverm.
That's what you hope. But it might just be that she's a good person. Like, it might just be like, I didn't want to shoot you.
Also, even having the license or not having the license, I got to tell you, there's a lot of people walking around the hood with burners, no license. And they don't have the intent on robbing nobody.
Correct.
They not trying to do nothing. All they trying to do is they recognize where they live. They seen too many examples.
To stay alive.
That's it, bro. And it's like one of these things where it's like, yeah, I know it's illegal for me to have this, but I'm not trying to dial this motherfucker, and I ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to me and not be able to respond. So if the police catch me, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
But I'm going to jail. But if one of these people, like these savages out here, does something to me, I may not make it home to my kids.
Right.
I may not make it home to my mom's.
Right.
And believe me, especially the neighborhood that because me and SPJ living around the same general area and shit.
Yeah.
Around the same general area. You'll find a lot of people around there that's armed and ain't nothing out there to do nothing to nobody, but they not trying to have nobody do something to them.
Right.
And trust me, them guns is not legal. Trust me, them guns is not legal.
No,
not legal
at all. Verm, I don't know about any from anything I've saw, that was the beginning of the video.
Right.
I don't know who the fuck put it out, like how that ended up happening. But that particular video ends with her talking about
call the police.
Call the police. I'm gonna get in trouble, blah, blah,
right.
blah, blah. I just didn't play the whole thing because she was ringing off.
Yeah, she was. Let it ring. let it ring.
Yeah, she was ringing off. Like I said, she didn't execute him. She did not execute him. She stopped shooting once he stopped
touching her again,
accosting her.
Yeah. Stop shooting. Like, let it ring to the urban centers of Illinois.
Hey, listen.
She let it ring. Look,
I can't be mad at her.
And look, after he got his hands off her, she was free at last. Thank God Almighty, she's free at last. Fuck that. Fuck it.
Yeah, because I wish, like I said, I wish that nothing. I hope that like these are the times that you want to believe in the fucking legal system.
Believe in it, you want
because again, it's clear that it's self-defense, whether they have a law on it or not.
Right.
It's clear that she was defending herself. It's clear that she wasn't maliciously doing it because she didn't execute him.
Right.
She didn't run.
She didn't run
to bleed out.
Right.
No, she's right there. Hey, call police.
I'll deal with it. And it's crazy. It reminds me, like some shit is illegal, but it's not immoral. Like I remember I was coming home from work. I get out the subway and it's a dude. I'm standing on the bus stop to catch the next bus to get up to the village. And the dude comes down and asks me, "Yo, does the 23 still run here?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, man, I just came home. I was locked down for like 15 years." I went, "Oh, damn. Well, that's cool. Who's you on my? What they get you for?" This man raped my daughter and I killed him. And I shook that man. I said, "Time well served."
Right.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of these things. If she had to purge that dude, if she had to purge that dude to protect herself,
hey,
who am I to judge? I ain't
survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
that nigga wasn't prepared.
Exactly.
He wasn't prepared to do what he claimed he wanted to do. Yeah,
I thought he was. He thought he was ready.
Listen,
he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. He was not ready. Also, niggas, you could just listen sometimes.
Yo, this is the other thing that maybe is the hidden lesson in all of this, right? Motherfuckers don't be listening. Now, you can tell a lot of the times by the tenor in someone's voice. They mean that shit. And they got the means to do that shit. Do you know how many? Some years ago, I was out of state with a friend of mine, and this was his home state. I'm going to be extremely vague about a lot of this shit. Right? Be extremely vague. Wasn't that far from my state, but it was another state. All right. We chilling, we hanging out, we go somewhere. We in an area that he feel perfectly fine in because this is one of the areas he grew up. He assumed I would feel fine there because even though it's not an area I grew up in an area kind of like this, right?
Right.
And for the most part, he was right. I know the rules. It is like, again, it's not really that far from where, you know what I'm saying? A discrepancy takes place. Again, I'm being very vague, right? A discrepancy takes place. Things were said. Tensions bowled over. A physical altercation was about to ensue.
Huh.
Except for it didn't, because some gentleman brandished he brandished a musket of some sort and very eloquently warned me and him, nigga don't die tonight.
Hey, you ain't gotta tell me twice. All right,
listen.
My bad.
Listen.
We good. We are good. Here's the thing. There's never a scenario where I'm in the wrong and someone says to me calmly, by the way, because she wasn't screaming.
She wasn't screaming. She wasn't.
She was a little elevated because of the situation, sure.
Yeah, Verm, he brandished the blunderbuss.
Yo. She was very matter of fact about, listen,
I will kill you.
I will kill you. I don't want to. Like, she didn't even have to say all these words, but her tone said, listen, it's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
And I still gotta go to work. Right? I still gotta go to work. So it's gonna be even longer day.
You ain't got no job.
I got the swammy on me.
I got you.
I listen. I feel like you're stronger than me.
Yeah.
I feel like you're stronger than me.
You're more physically fit.
So I'm gonna have to pull it in order to defend myself. And here's the thing. I'm not going to just hit you with it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that won't be adequate to get me out of the situation that I will then be in.
Yeah.
So I will likely do something to you that may cause your death. I don't want to do that.
In other words, it's going to be a lot of slow song singing after this shit. So what you need to do, right?
Just leave me alone, bro.
How about walk away? Hey, Biddy, I got to do it that way, Biddy. I got to do it that way, Biddy. I got to, because it's things. It's things,
right.
You know. And that,
you
listen,
kill me.
That gentleman that brandished the blunderbuss on me, he was perfectly within his right, because I don't know about you guys, but if I'm with somebody, hanging out with somebody, they don't fight by themselves.
Thanks.
If a fight kick off, you're going to get jumped. The only way you probably won't get jumped is if you respect the fact that that person's not alone. So if you walk up to us and go, yo, I got personal beef with this man. I need to throw some hands, whatever. Right. I ain't trying to disrespect you, this, that. And believe me, that's actually happened.
I mean,
that's happened. I've been involved. That's happened. You might get a good 3 minutes.
Right.
Because after the 3 minutes, if you look like you're getting the best of my boy.
I mean, realistically, 3 minutes is a long time.
3 minutes is a long time in the fight, B. 3 minutes is a long time in the fight, right? But there's ways to do that. So with my walking buddy, my
your compatriot,
right? Was about to have a exchange. Very aggressive exchange of a gentleman
engaging in fisticuffs.
Yes, engaging in the fine art of fisticuffs. I felt like, oh, he's not going to do that solo, right? Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately,
a little bit of both.
The gentleman with the blunderbuss was like, "There will be no physical altercation here, sir." Well, you may perish. you may perish. You know what I'm saying? But the way, of course, he said it very eloquently.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Nigga don't die tonight.
Listen.
And guess what I didn't do? Guess what I didn't do?
You didn't die that night. It's funny how that works. Interesting. Everybody isn't just out there being a menace.
Nah.
Sometimes people are being like legitimate. They're working in good faith. Like
they're working in good faith.
Listen, here's the argument I present to you. I see what you're working at. I see what you're getting at, and I understand. I get it. Right. However, it doesn't really benefit me, and since I happen to have the upper hand here.
Point of order, sir. The man with the blunderbuss has the floor,
right?
And we gave him the floor.
The floor. Hey, listen. I get it. I would rather not use this tonight.
Like she be wearing a powdered wig and a monocle telling us yo, I'm just saying you gotta say things in a way.
I mean,
it was an interesting affair to say that. Listen, I've been in some shit where you look back on it now and go, that was the right decision you made. That's one of them. Like,
holy.
I've seen people make bad decisions too. I've seen, there was one time in particular, just saying, it was probably about 9:30 or so-ish in the evening, and me and another business partner were we were, taking a stroll near the local high school.
Downtown.
It was near the local high school, Emerson. Talking about stocks, bonds, various other things, mutual funds, this importance. Had a lovely debate about fashion. This is coming down the street, and it was cold outside. A gentleman walked up. Now, if he'd have gave us a chance, we probably would have moved a little bit to get him by. But the one thing that we've learned, where we come from, is you don't break ranks.
Yeah.
So if you see a group of gentlemen coming down the street, talking amongst themselves, pretty much minding their business, and you are one person, you do not walk in between them to continue to go by, because that's a whooping.
Sure.
That's a whooping, right? There's two of us. It was one of him. Therefore, the rules in this area dictate that you move around on the other end, or we make the decision to part.
Right.
This gentleman chose not to do that. Indeed, he chose to try to push his way on through in the middle. And then he did something very unfortunate. He then turned around and began to verbalize his disrespect. Now, you already physically showed us the disrespect, and this is something bad was probably going to happen anyway. But when you turned around and my esteemed business partner did not react. He reacted poorly.
Wow.
To that,
right? To say the least.
So, things happened. That's the end of the story.
Poorly inappropriately.
Poorly, wholly inappropriate.
Yeah.
I will say he overdid it. What's that shit show? The battle rapper show off says, he says, I don't plan to win. I plan to overwin.
Thanks.
Some overwinning happened down there.
I mean,
it's what it is.
Eventually, cooler heads prevailed.
Yes.
Eventually.
When we was home, we were very calm. When we was at the house, we was very calm. Just at that moment, at that moment,
you needed some time. And unfortunately, time was not on your side.
It was some wreck hours going on over there. Yeah. But I've never, some of those decisions I've never chosen to do. Like, if I'm by myself, I'm not breaking ranks. I know the rules.
Right.
You don't break ranks. You don't walk into the thing. You don't do that.
Here's the thing. Why would you put yourself in a position where you're surrounded?
Never.
I just don't like that. Just at their core, certain things don't make sense to me.
Right.
Like
my brother did that shit before. He was drunk though.
That's different.
Coming down Emerson Avenue on his drunk shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was a crowd of these niggas. But one of the niggas that was there was actually a nigga who didn't like him. So you already, even if they didn't know you you walking amongst it was a dumb thing to do, but you drunk, you're inebriated. But then I think those guys noticing he was drunk would have been like, that nigga drunk, let him go.
Right.
The fact that it was somebody in the crowd who already didn't like him, took a bottle, bust him in his head. My brother comes home. He's drenched in the shit and he's drunk. I'm like, who did it?
Right.
He drunk as a motherfucker. But what I gleaned was that they not that far. They didn't get that far.
Right.
I grabbed the quail and pheasant blunderbuss. I go out there, run down the street. These niggas all the way down there crossing the Papa Grove Bridge. Now you already know I'm not going.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
I'm not going over to Papa Grove one man deep with whatever.
Right.
I'm not doing that. I would not suggest if someone that works in the vacation field comes and offers you a trip to Baltimore. When you get there, a bit of advice. At night, hell, even some parts of the day.
Yeah.
If you don't know nobody around there, or if you don't live around there, or if you are well, you wouldn't be because this would be your first time there.
Right.
I was about to say, if you know somebody that's known this person is from this place. Don't go to Papa Grove.
I wouldn't advise it. It's not.
Don't go to that. Don't do that.
Even to this day, I just
right.
Nah, it's not the move. It's just not. There are better uses of your time,
armed or otherwise.
Don't do doesn't even.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
don't do it. I remember as a kid. This is back when video game arcades were all the rage. We had a little one over there right across there. Now it wasn't deep in Papa Grove. It was literally when you cross the bridge, you walk down that one long block, and you know where the Chinese restaurant, the Chinese carryout, right there on the corner, and then across from that is the sub shop or whatever.
Yeah,
it was 2 buildings down from that. Early in the morning on a Saturday, what did I do? Well, grabbed the skateboard, right? It's early. I'm going down here, getting a couple of games down here at the arcade, right? And I'm gonna be out there before anybody notices.
Yeah.
I get down there, it wasn't nobody in there. I'm like, shit, bet. I'm throwing my quarters up in them. Boo, 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 boo. And I'm so engrossed with what I'm doing. I do not really notice more people coming in.
There's a shadow.
Right, it's more people coming
slowly emerging over the horizon.
And then over the screen.
And then it went black.
Here's the thing. I was not immediately recognized. I was just a kid at
they weren't there for no smoke.
Right.
No, it was just there.
It wasn't until a few people came up to the game I was playing because they wanted to play. And then that's when the note, you don't smell like a Papa Grove nigga.
That's funny.
You smell like a village nigga. Right. You smell like a village nigga. So I purposely lost to let them get in there.
Oh, I mean,
when I get out to the arcade, I get maybe 2 buildings down, and niggas come up out of there with the battle cry. Yo.
Get him!
Yo, get him! Hauled ass. And I got far enough away I could get on that skateboard, and it's kind of it's a little hill thing you get when you get to the Papa Grove Bridge. But of course they didn't chase me across the bridge because they had the same rules on that side as we on this side. Yo, that's the village, yo. You're not going up there. Don't do that. Don't do that. We beefing too. Look, we about to try to do something to them. We don't know who we know, right?
Yeah.
Because where Papa Grove, where that bridge ends, the first street is Hilton Street.
Mm-hmm.
Right there on Hilton Street was my man's in there. Herbie, Boo, Al, Mookie. Yeah. So if I get to Hilton, your ass is grass and they gonna smoke it. If I get to Hilton Street, that's it for you. That's it. If I get to Hilton Street, that's the closest, because I lived up a block up on Denison, the 600 block of Denison. If I got to Hilton, it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get dark. It's gonna get dark. Shout out to my man, to the Lyson brothers. They was my dudes. But yeah, man. When somebody tells you who they are and what they're gonna do with you, you might want to believe them. The tenor of their voice, the tenor. Don't take any chances.
Like, the only time you should take a chance in that situation is if you happen to know better.
Yeah, facts.
If you happen to know better, all right, fine.
And also, I can give leeway to people. You're in the midst of a situation that is a mutually combative thing, and now tempers are already there. You haven't seen them. You haven't seen them pull nothing.
Yeah.
That could happen, because it's not enough for you to tell me. Depending on how mad I am at the time, like the offense, yo, I got this burner. I ain't see it.
Right.
So, like, I ain't see it. We about to fight. Like, no, because usually when somebody has it,
you can see it.
Yeah, they gonna pull it.
Yeah,
they gonna pull it. Especially dudes.
I mean,
especially dudes. If a dude got, a lot of times you gonna see it as soon as the arguments start. As the arguments start, you gonna see it. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
That woman didn't really want to shoot him.
No,
he made her shoot him.
She wasn't involved in the argument.
Nah, she was just trying to leave.
Yeah,
she's trying to leave, and she warned him, like, I will kill you.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
What up? Yeah, she got placed in the situation.
She did,
and she reacted accordingly.
I feel like she. I hope a court does.
Yeah, me too. She did the right thing. I feel like Spike Lee. But nigga, we gotta talk about weeks.
We do. We haven't yet. Wait a minute. Let me ask you this. Do you have a long one?
Absolutely, I do.
All right, good. So let me go first. My fine friends.
I
have been rather perturbed this week.
I'm okay. All right. Come on now. Nigga, that's
listen.
That's not news.
Look. It used to be a time.
Friends, Romans, countrymen,
let me hear your ears. It used to be a time they would make TVs that would last for decades.
Sure.
This shit's still, you go over to your grandmother's house, the TV is still there and it's working. It's like, what the fuck? How is this? Now it appears they only make TVs that last 3, maybe 5 years. And the bitches go up.
I had this TV for like 10 years.
Man, that TV is a throwback.
No, I mean, it gets 10 years old.
Yeah, it's a throwback.
No, I think it's an LCD flat screen. What you talking about?
It's a throwback. Look, that's one of them CRT screens.
Look. Bullshit. I ain't got space right here for one of them. Nigga, you can't mount that shit on the
wall. Yo, we got a TV when we first moved here to this house. Actually, we got a couple because we had more rooms, right? So got this TV. A size TV. LCD. Wasn't 4K, but it's a dope TV.
Yeah.
I went to turn that son bitch on earlier this week. And you know how the little light at the bottom turns green. It's red, but then turns green, some shit. It turned green. And you saw a glint of light on the screen itself just for a split second. And then it shut off. So I went and looked at the remote because maybe the
wasn't
button
having your shit.
Apparently. But I went and looked at the remote because maybe the power button was pressed in and it was doing some stupid shit. No, remote's fine. I go to turn TV on again. It does the same fucking thing. I said, oh, this is some bullshit. Let me see. So I go and turn the TV on using the button that's on the TV.
Huh. What a novel idea.
With a novel idea, right? Because this is not something that we typically do nowadays. It did the same thing.
Oh.
So I was shocked, angered, and deeply saddened about this whole situation. Extremely appalled. So we went and we ordered another television. And that television, about the same size as that one, but this one's 4K. Yeah, that 4K life. It was supposed to come Wednesday. And then we see, oh no, it'll be here Friday.
Oh, I hate that shit.
And then we see, it'll be there Monday.
Oh, somebody got that.
Yeah. So, as you can imagine, I was extremely annoyed at this because
that's an understatement.
You told me Wednesday. Friday is stretching it. Monday is disrespectful.
Sure.
Mondays is disrespectful.
What you gonna do when they tell you again Friday?
Oh, no. See, this is what will happen. If I get another notification saying that this shit ain't gonna get here till Friday, I am going to trace where that comes from. And I'm gonna go there.
Oh God.
Now, I'm not gonna do what you think I'm gonna
do.
I'm going to wait until one of those people that work there leave. I'm gonna follow them home. I'm gonna wait till it gets late.
This is
and I'm gonna break in their house and steal their TV.
Oh God.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't think that's warranted.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I
believe it's
we literally okay. All right.
That's what I think too. AI. I think he said it sounds like someone in the chain was lacking integrity and shipping.
Oh, that's that's the thing.
Yes,
that's absolutely the thing.
Because you don't, like I said, one day, one change, it's annoying as fuck. But you know that was within the same week. So all right, Friday I'm mad, but Monday.
Yeah, nah, B.
Exactly, my lady. I don't know who you are, but I have a certain set of skills. Listen, I just want the TV that we purchased.
Sure.
You rat bastard.
Okay. Right.
That's all. I don't think I'm asking for
quite colorful, but
crazy.
Okay.
You know, I'm just saying. I don't think I'm asking for anything crazy.
No,
I don't think so.
I wouldn't say that.
So, another thing. The only other boy cat in this house now, JB. JB had been losing a lot of weight. Wasn't looking good. Wasn't acting like himself. At some point, he was throwing up blood. My wife took him to the vet, and it looks like he has some sort of mass in his stomach. For some reason, we're having the hardest time.
Yeah.
Verm, we absolutely could have went to Best Buy's.
Yeah, nigga, so Best Buy right up the street from you.
Not that Best Buy's. You meant a real Best Buy's. That Best Buy's up the street from me.
Garbage. I'm pretty sure they still had TVs.
Garbage.
Anyway.
But yeah, so apparently I still don't understand. One thing I don't understand about JB's condition. They've done tests and they still can't tell us with the test that they did previously what that mass is in his stomach. So
that's wild.
Yeah, so I think this week my wife's gonna take him again and they're gonna get stool samples or whatever, I believe. But here's my genuine dilemma. The rapport me and JB have developed over the past 12, 13 years this cat's been here, been around us, has been adversarial.
Right.
Not with him versus me, but me versus him. Because you see, we was cool for all of 3 days when we first got this cat. And then he chewed my headphones. He chewed my headphones.
As small critters who crawl are wont to do.
No.
Okay.
See, my whole existence roughly revolves around cords, right? Like literally everything, cords. There were at least at that time 3 other cats in the house, and not one of them did that. So if they ain't doing, I'm expecting you to do that shit. And he did that shit. And from that point, he has annoyed me to no end. As he grew up, I was not the only one he annoys. You see, that cat got a mouth on him. that cat got a mouth on him. He will sit there and yell at your ass. And then he learned inflection. So when you say something back to him, the response is disrespectful. It's like, what the fuck? Who is he talking to?
You, nigga.
Right, obviously, right? Hear Yeller go outside. You let him out. 10 minutes later, he's at the back door yelling to come back in. He'll do this 10 times in the evening.
Hey.
You're trying to record some shit.
He want what he want when he want.
He'll come up in this motherfucker. I'm trying to record you, fat black bastard. Then he goes to greet you. Oh, heaven forbid if you're laying down on the couch or someplace where his head can get to. That headbutt, cats do that. The little. No, his is a battering ram.
That's
his
funny.
shit, boom, like it's ass. But see, now we've had him for 13 years. And he's sick. I am not a monster. He's not the animals. He's sick. So we cool. Because I don't know how long we're going to have him. Right?
Yeah.
And he deserved his last, if these are his last year, last whatever, he deserved to be treated a certain type of way from me.
Facts.
All right? And then he does this. I typically do not allow any cats past my studio area because there's wires over here. And the temptation is too strong. And we not doing that. But since he hasn't been feeling good, when cats don't feel good, they try to stay away from the other cats, people and shit like that. This is the most exclusive place. I found him back here. Instead of wilding his ass out, he's sick. Go ahead.
Right.
Do what you want to do. And as long as he was quiet back there, it is what it is.
Facts.
But now he got to the point when he started feeling a little better. He comes back here. He sat behind me and caterwauled. Like, what do you want? What do you want?
Yo.
So I'm caught in a dilemma because he's still sick. We still don't know what's wrong with him. He may be feeling better, but that don't mean he's still sick. And I don't want to be the asshole in this situation. But I cannot allow you to be behind my chair singing the national anthem. I can't allow it. I can't allow it. Now, what do I do? Do I grab a water bottle? Do I grab a water bottle? What I gotta do? Because I did, but I didn't even use it. You know why I didn't use it? Because he's sick. He's kind of asshole-less, right? So,
pardon me, sir. Point of order. Asholic.
Asholic. Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay.
The better tense of the word. Correction noted. Yes, sir. So I didn't use it. Instead, I coaxed him out. Because he called his name, he's going to come. Right? Coaxed him out. And then right now, you can't see it, but the little area, the way you get back behind my studio shit is now closed off with one of my green screen, the box, my green screen came in. Loud and ass. Now look, like I told you, I favor animals over most people.
Sure.
I do. Because they're uncomplicated for the most part. They will be grateful for the shit you do for them. Depending on the animal. We ain't gonna go crazy. It ain't true of all animals.
No.
That ain't true of all animals. But the domesticated ones that have been pets for these thousands of years, they shows a little bit of gratitude when you do shit for them, feed them, stuff like that. That's generally been my experience with animals. But don't push me. Because I'm close to the edge.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, we get it.
AI said, I favor animals over humans because they don't talk.
Bullshit. They do talk.
Yo, as evidence by JB yelling his ass off. But that was my very short week. Oh, and also planning this trip. But go ahead. Yeah.
This nigga.
Hey, yo, Ogma, mind your business. Oh, yo, this nigga say, I came in on Tuesday saying he doesn't want to be the asshole in a given situation. I think we all know this is cap. You live in these situations. False. Erroneous.
Accusations. So I remember last week.
I do too.
I ain't have much.
You didn't.
Problems at work. Like work was cool.
I think you had reached a good even balance at your
workplace.
I
wouldn't go that far.
Things most peaceful, efficient. People respect the position you're in, and they don't try to come over and do your job for you. I don't. That point of nirvana.
I think you're living in Lululand. Nigga, talk about busy. And it's not surprising. I always say that my job is super easy / chill / boring. Even the vast majority of the time.
I like boring.
But when there's something to do, there's something to do.
Right.
I mentioned that I didn't go to work last Friday. Well, near the end of that day, my supervisor texted me. Well, supervisor's not my supervisor. Texted me and asked me if I could go straight to one of the locations Monday morning because the copier at that location was acting up and she wasn't able to get it to work over the phone. So I'm like, all right, bet. I head there Monday. I'm trying literally everything within my power to get it to work, and no go. So I ended up calling her back. She asked me to come down. She asked me to come downtown and then grab a cord to switch out where I was. I ain't really feel like doing that. So I had looked at the situation again and realized there was something else I could try. So I tried that, eliminated the potential of it being the cord is the issue. But the reason that we were going through all this extra shit is because we didn't want to call the company that services our copiers because they're pieces of shit. they're terrible.
They're horrible.
Yeah. Like I said, I got off the phone with her. I looked one more time. I found a way to test what we were trying to test without having to leave. And I'm like, I called her back. We both realized there was no way. There was no getting around. We had to call them.
Right.
So I have the rental agent that's there call the company. She calls. They don't set up an appointment to come out. They say they'll call her back. All right. So I try to wait a little longer because I'm thinking that they might be trying to test something that they might need me to actually do. Right. So I'm trying to wait. It was taking forever. While I'm waiting, somebody else at a different job texted me to tell me one of their computers wasn't be able to get to the internet or print. Now, both of these are the same issue, getting to the internet or print. They're the same issue, but this person doesn't know that.
Right.
And because I was trying to stay at the location I was at, whenever they gave us service or whatever. And I was over west, and this person that's now calling me is over east. I asked her, could it wait until tomorrow? She said yes. Sorry, cool. Still waiting. This company still has not called back. So I tell the rental agent, like, hey, I'm leaving, but I'm going to stay on the west side. So if they decide to get in touch with you, just call me. I can come back. So I head to a different location that's over west. My supervisor was not my supervisor. Texted me telling me that yet a different location doesn't have internet access. A separate location from the first two. Nigga. A separate location from the first two. I'm like, and this location is also east. So now the equation is I have one place over west with issues and two places over east. So now I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go over east because it's more issues over there.
Right.
So while I'm on my way over there, she texts me back like, hey, listen, don't rush to get to this place because she thinks it's an outage, but I'm already on my way. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take care of it. I'm gonna go to the other one first, and then hopefully by the time I get to this one, the outage is over and everything.
No, it's spreading.
Well, no. The one that I went to fix was an easy fix. I got them up and running. By the time I got to the one that my supervisor had just not my supervisor, it just texted me about, the outage was over. Everything was up and running. Like, cool. So I finished my rent that day on the east side. So I clock out generally at like 4:20 most days. The main reason is because when I'm over east, traffic.
Right. All right.
Because fuck that. I don't live over there.
Nah.
So I'm almost home.
Does anybody really live?
I mean, if Chrissy's still listening, she would argue. I'm not sure it's a real place.
East Side, West Side Wars.
I'm not sure it's a real place, but it is what it is.
I don't think it really exists.
Time works differently.
It really does.
Anyway. So I'm almost home, and the rental agent at the first place that I was at with the copier problem, she calls me. She's like, "Hey, the company finally called me back like 15 minutes ago. The guy is on his way. Like, he's like here. I'm like, all right, cool." He says the copy is not the problem and that he would be happy to come back when an IT person is there. So I told her to set it up and let me know. She sets it up for the next day at 9. Next day, I get there at like 8:15 and I had maintenance let me in. I reboot everything and magically it's working. So you're telling me that all the shit that I did, including rebooting stuff, nothing worked. But you get there with your machine.
Yes.
And now I reset stuff, I reboot stuff, and it's working. But it wasn't the machine. Okay.
No. Okay. Absolutely not.
Right. So I call the company back like, hey,
hey, yo.
I told you. I called the company back and I'm like, cancel this goddamn appointment. Right. There's no reason for him to come back. Oh, everything's okay? Yes, everything's okay. You know everything's okay. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm like, cancel the goddamn appointment. Just cancel it. Like, okay. All right. So I start to go downtown. Before I even pull off, I get a text from Debbie. You coming down here today? I need you. Shit. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm on my way. I get downtown. There's a major shakeup with somebody's job, and they are expected to sit somewhere new.
What up, DJ?
That spot, what up, cuz? And that spot wasn't set up for the things that this person needs to get their job done.
Right.
So my entire time down there that day, I was trying to get that to work. Then, interestingly enough,
your Ogma's ass. Supervisor, he's a clock out at 4:20 when it died every day, peeling out blaring Bob Marley. His ass.
I don't engage in the weeds. I'm not. That's not my.
The ganja man.
That's not my particular poison. So now this rumor started spreading that Miss Know-It-All is the reason for this shakeup. Now that's not entirely untrue. It's not entirely untrue.
Right.
There is some truth to that rumor. I've heard how she speaks about this person. Would I call her evil? No. Do I think she hates this person? No. But she was landing on thick as fuck.
Damn.
And I definitely perceived it as some type of witch hunt.
Oh shit.
So then there's that. Now, I don't generally use names. But I know you remember me talking about one of my coworkers that used to always listen. And she ended up getting fired. So I was told the week before that somebody out at one of the jobs basically walked the fuck out and quit because they were asked to fill in for somebody else that wasn't there that day. Next, so when I get downtown Tuesday, I'm walking around and I see this motherfucker. Mind you, he's working in the same department where that other coworker got fired from. And the reason that they gave her as to why she couldn't transfer to another location is because she wasn't a team player.
Oh.
Yet this motherfucker,
who
literally walked out, is now working in that department.
Wow.
What? I can't make this shit up. Like, y'all be bugging. Buggin is the new. Oh,
Buggin is the new living.
All right. Okay. So another one of my coworkers. I get to the location. This was Thursday. I get to the location and I sit down and we start talking. And she starts complaining to me about how difficult our application process is. Since Debbie is my partner and she's the head of the application department, I know a little bit about the process. A little bit. So I asked this coworker why she thought it was so difficult. Basically, she feels like we be making the applicants jump through too many hoops. But listen to what these hoops are.
Yeah, I want to hear these hoops.
So what
y'all probably out of line.
Oh, okay. So what we ask for is basic things to identify yourself, right? Prove that
I'll be the judge of that.
Shut up. Prove that you can comfortably afford the unit. Some proof that you may be a decent tenant. What? Your birth certificate, your ID, pay stubs, verification of employment, social security card, proof of where you currently live. Stuff like that.
Oh, this is out, y'all. This is out, right?
So the first hoop, right? First hoop was she had two separate applicants, one who allegedly lived with his girlfriend and one who allegedly lived with her mother. Again, separate applicants, they don't got nothing to do with each other. In both cases, though, the downtown office asked this office to get a copy of the lease from each of these people in order to verify what they're saying is true. So the mother made some excuse about her rental agent being on vacation or some bullshit. And the girlfriend was just like, no, I'm not giving you a copy of my lease. Right?
Because you guys are too intrusive.
No. She was saying it to him. She was like, fuck you. I don't care if you need. Apparently they breaking up. I don't give a fuck what you need. I'm not giving you a copy of my lease. Like, fuck you.
I'm not giving you nothing.
The second hoop was several tenants who, after submitting the documents that we asked for, generally had downtown request bank statements. All right. So to anybody listening who isn't in this line of work, these may sound like egregious asks. Maybe. I'm giving benefit of the doubt.
Really.
No, nigga, I'm giving benefit of the doubt. I know they don't sound egregious, but
really.
Hey, listen, if you don't got no concept of this line of work, all right, I can see you maybe thinking, but here, let me help you out. On top of the fact, let me add this little piece. This woman that I'm talking to has been with this company for 20 years.
God damn.
So it's not like she don't know how this shit's supposed to go. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So allow me to explain. So for the lease thing, we need to know where this person lives. Generally, we would prefer an actual landlord because they have no reason to lie on the behalf of the tenant. But beyond that, for all we know, this person may be on the lease as a leaseholder, which we would automatically deny because we don't want you having that type of obligation and then try to enter into a lease with us. It makes it less likely that you will pay us if times get hard. So with the bank statements, people will from time to time submit fake pay stubs. Also, sometimes we can't verify a person's employment.
So by time to time, you mean most of the time?
No, it ain't most of the time, but it's happened enough.
Right.
So with the bank statements, people sometimes submit fake pay stubs. Sometimes we can't verify employment. So why a bank statement? Because they are more regulated and harder for the average person to fake.
Right.
Also, it'll show the deposit from the job.
Right.
That's all we're looking for, by the way. The rest of your info you can redact. We don't give a fuck about the rest of that shit. We just want to see the payments being made from the job to your bank account. So that we know you work.
You unredact shit?
It depends. If it's pure black, you can't really come back from that.
Once you go black, you
so her responses to this were flabbergasting.
Do tell.
First she asked, why don't we just make them give us all these things up front? Nigga, the answer is because we actually don't want to make them jump through hoops. Why the fuck would we...
or any more hoops than necessary?
Right? Like what? We the reason that we don't ask for the stuff up front is because we're avoiding the thing that you're accusing us of.
Yeah.
Like, but
maybe she means trying to know any information.
I don't fucking know. Listen,
like, why don't you just give me the apartment when I sign up for it? Damn it,
bruh. Like what? So I'm like, yeah, we don't want to make them jump through hoops, but if what they've provided isn't sufficient enough to make us think that they will pay their rent and they won't tear up our fucking units, hey,
here's a hoop.
You gotta do some tricks for us, my guy.
You better do something.
Then she said the thing that made me realize this entire conversation was in vain. She said there are people who we approve who do those things. And those things she's referring to is not pay their rent or mess up the units. She said there are people we approve that do those things. So we might as well just let them in. At that moment, I've realized that she doesn't understand percentages.
Wait a minute, what?
She doesn't understand cost-benefit analysis. And anybody who doesn't understand those two things, it's effectively, a pro-con list on steroids. But anybody who can't understand those two things, it means that they can't understand risk mitigation.
Yeah.
And this isn't even an advanced version of risk mitigation.
Yo, literally, this is basic minimal shit.
Bruh.
Like, that's weird.
So I tried to help her. I had to break it down to her like this. I said, no policy in life is 100% effective.
No.
That's not what policies are for. I expanded it beyond the company. I told her, look at laws.
Yo,
we make.
I was thinking that, right?
We make and help laws in order to try and stop certain things from happening. Those things are absolutely still going to happen.
And that's why the argument that you shouldn't have certain laws about certain things because people are going to do them anyway is stupid. It's stupid.
It's flaccid.
Very. Limp wimp.
You can make a law about anything.
I'm saying y'all don't accept IOUs.
It's like, yo,
look, if a prospective tenant produces a job Grey Poupon, you're saying that isn't enough proof?
I would have to deign to say yes, sir. That is not enough proof. But those things, like I said, you can make the law about anything you want. Those things are still going to happen. That doesn't mean that the law is
right. Yeah, we're not doing that. That's stupid.
Like, what the fuck are we talking? Like, why am I having this conversation with you? You've been in this company for 20 years. You what?
This is absurd.
What the actual answer is, part of it is just her being a dunce. The other part of it is her being selfish. She's trying to make her job easy.
Yeah, that's what it sounds.
But that's just not how this works. Like she's like, well, we got people who don't pay their rent. I said, okay, right, but that doesn't mean add more people that aren't going to pay their rent.
I was about to say, like
what? That's not how companies work.
Apparently, she thinks
you
that's
want
how companies
the
work.
person to pay their rent. You want them to display the capacity to pay their rent comfortably because you want the money.
So, what was the amount of things they ask for? To me, does not sound like. I mean, not joking around. Doesn't sound like anything that's hard for you to get your hands on.
It's not crazy, but
it's not crazy.
There was a third part to it. One of them is her being a little bit dumb. She really does not understand percentages. So cool. I mean, not cool, but that's people don't understand percentages. So she's not singled out in that. The second part of it is wanting to make her job easy. But the third part of it is her being a bleeding heart, which does not fucking work in business.
And it definitely doesn't work in this particular type of business
specifically.
But for me, I think I really wouldn't have much of a problem getting into one of those buildings because I would just show proof.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
That's not how that works.
Just show proof. You said show proof of that's proof.
It's not how that works.
Oh,
that's absolutely not how that. Anyway, so I'm like, cause she was talking like for instance the dude that lived with his girlfriend. She like, well he just trying to get on his feet and blah blah blah. I said okay, good for him, great. However, what they got to do with us? How's that our fault?
Right.
He needs to be held accountable for the decision that he made. Like,
that's facts.
Is it possible that he was tricked into the situation? Like she displayed herself to be something else?
Yeah,
sure, absolutely. But you don't get to pass that responsibility off to somebody else.
No.
Particularly not a company. Like, it's not how that generally works. Like, I feel for these people, but I can't care about them.
Because, listen, it's one of these things about business where there is a certain amount of grace you show a customer, right? But it's at a point where if y'all go above and beyond, it gets to the point where it's not even worth being in business.
Yeah.
Because you're giving the store away. The very thing that allows y'all to make money and have a reasonable expectation of your apartments not being wrecked, of motherfuckers actually paying their rent.
Right.
If you're not doing that, it makes no sense for you to even be in business. These are literally the things you need to have the apartment intact to be able to get somebody to rent it. And the person that's renting it has to pay rent for y'all to keep staying in business. Like
with the girl and her mother, she was like, oh, this girl is young. She's 24. Like, why can't you just let her move in?
Right.
The fuck you mean? We don't know where she lives.
Right.
We don't have any evidence that she actually lives.
You don't have proof.
We don't have evidence that she doesn't live with her mother as a fucking leaseholder.
Yeah,
who is partially responsible for this money that is owed for that apartment. And now you want to have her move into this apartment? And now she got what the fuck?
This is why Ogma can't be in this business, yo. He said if someone has a picture of proof,
I mean,
they get the apartment. This is why he can't be in that business. This is why, right here.
Yeah, no, I just like you gotta understand percentages. Just because you ran into a situation that may have been advantageous at the time,
right,
doesn't mean that that's how that generally goes.
Right.
Same the other way around. Just because you ran into a bad situation.
Yo, this is a bar right here. Last day I said, don't let others getting on their feet take the shoes from underneath yours. That's a bar. There's a line, right? Like, I feel like with the stuff that y'all asked for, that is bare minimal shit. I've gone through way more hoops than that for apartments in the past. Like, just bullshit. Like, complete bullshit. Because again, to your point too, another reason they want to know some of this shit. They want to know your past history, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Do you be paying? Like, to me, that's bare minimum. Yo,
bruh,
do you
be paying? Like, is this do you have anything that tells us that you actually are responsible?
Yo, this is fucking hilarious. Send proof of income. Send pictures of
that's funny.
Cash.
Yo, it's already, like I said, it's already iffy that you live with your mother because you
don't know if that she could be lying about.
She could be lying about anything, right. Bro. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
they're trying to get you up out of there.
She has two reasons to lie. One, she's connected to you in an intimate way, and two, she might want you to get the fuck about her house.
And here's the thing: once they in the apartment,
right?
It does take some.
It's hard to get a motherfucker out, bro. Yeah. It's difficult.
And the law did that for a reason. They did that because there were too many incidents of these slumlords.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Being on some bullshit and then throwing motherfuckers out with the bullshit. And yeah, so, you know, there's a reason for those laws, but that means on the other end of it, there needs to be corrections, which is what the industry did. Like, yo, we need to see this proof of all these things because we want to try to, you know, make sure as much as possible we don't get caught lacking with your scamming ass. You know what I'm saying?
Like the response to trying to fix an issue is never, oh, well, we have this issue all the time. What?
Yeah.
That's
not
exactly
a good answer.
Why we should be changing something.
Yeah,
like,
that to me is just you admitting that you got a shitty ass system right now. So it needs to be adjusted so it's not shitty anymore. I don't know why people think that that's a good argument for not doing anything. It's not.
It's not. Like, what do you mean? What? We got people who don't pay their rent now. Okay.
Yo,
like, what?
Argument said, I don't have proof of income, but I can teach you how to make $15,000 a day trading crypto. If you give me $10,000 a day and the key to this apartment, I can show you. That might work.
Listen, I don't have any income, but I can teach you how to Dougie.
Right. Yo, like, the thing is, some of the apartments that I moved in, I did skate on some shit, right? They did let me skate on some shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
There are exceptions.
It wasn't super egregious where, you know, they just literally didn't even know my name and shit.
Nigga.
It wasn't no shit like that. But
right.
They let me go, especially early on. You're so young. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really established or whatever. But somebody give you a break somewhere.
Yeah.
Go get in there. And now it's up to you really to it's kind of like your work history.
Yeah. Facts.
It's exactly like you know what I'm saying? You had these apartments, man, you go in there and become a shit tenant.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even use that for a reference anymore.
That's on your jacket now.
Yeah. You got bad paperwork.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't.
But this is the thing that bothers me, though. I would love for it to be a little more even-handed. So, when I lived in Uplands, Uplands basically projects.
I mean, you can't convince anybody that. It looks
especially
amazing.
Now it looked crazy, but back then,
right,
man,
right.
I ain't even recognize that shit when I saw the way they changed it. I was mad as a motherfucker. So I lived up there in 2 different apartments. Both apartments, the ceiling crashed in on.
Mm-hmm.
Both.
Mm-hmm.
Want my furniture in both. And then in the second one of the maintenance people that was supposed to come in there and check on shit stole $5,000 worth of music equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a jacket? They need a jacket. They need paperwork.
Here's the thing.
Apartment company, they need paperwork.
Here's the thing. Yes and no. The issue becomes, and this is where, because I absolutely fucking hate having to defend a big ass company.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where I can come back to being me. The issue with that is, yes, they absolutely do have a jacket. The problem is you're generally getting people that can't afford to go to those other places.
Yeah, that's true.
That don't have that jacket.
That's true.
So you kind of don't really have a choice.
I was in the projects,
bro.
At the time,
you kind of don't have that choice. Like, and our company is one of those type of companies. Like, only reason I live here is because it's mad convenient.
Right.
Like,
facts.
Otherwise, I would not be.
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I know.
But and that's the other thing I was trying to tell her. Like, we have our particular clientele. We already are at a higher risk of people trying to scam and people trying to get over on shit.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They tried to evict Tokus. He was using the apartment improperly after taking a shower and shit.
Oh, wait. I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest, Ogma. Did you tell them that your shower was leaking? That's a very important question. It's going to depend how I feel.
I wonder if he knew.
That's possible. That's what I'm saying. Like,
because if it was only happening to the people downstairs and if they didn't say nothing,
right? Oh, you told them? Yeah, fuck them then.
Yeah, yo,
yeah, no, 100%. Fuck them.
This was my issue with both times when the roof caved in.
Mm-hmm.
I told them there's a crack in the roof, and then the second time they actually sent maintenance over to look at it. Like, yeah, that sure is crack. I was like, well, I'm glad we agree on that. Can you fix this motherfucker? Can you?
Yo. Oh, God.
Motherfucker.
Oh, God.
That sure is crack. Yeah, it is. Yo, can you imagine you went into the fucking garage to get your fucking tire fixed or some shit, and both of y'all standing going, yeah, that shit sure is flat. Yeah. I ain't pay you to tell me what I already knew, you motherfucker. Fix the goddamn flat before I fix your face. Yeah, permanently.
All right.
Okay. Out of here.
All right, buddy. So, two things were brought to my attention this week about one of the most talented individuals that we have ever seen on television. But he's a piece of shit. Chris Brown.
Yeah.
So the Grammys,
the Slammies.
I don't be watching the Grammys. So this skip.
None of it, to be honest.
Skip. I didn't see this when it happened, but I came across it this week.
Right.
It's one thing to talk about. It's a fair argument to talk about people when they are young and they attain a mass amount of fame.
Facts.
There's a very interesting argument to be had about that phenomenon. 100%. However, this nigga's in his 30s. So,
yeah. You a grown-ass man now, dog. Time to grow up.
You went on a tantrum because he didn't win. Matter of fact, let me just read this. Chris Brown proved he was nothing but a sore loser after his Grammys defeat. The artist was nominated for Best R&B Album alongside Mary J. Blige, Robert Glasper, Lucky Day, and P.J. Morton. When Glasper
Lucky Day.
Shut up. When Glasper was announced as the winner for his album Black Radio 3, CB took to Instagram to ridicule the now 5-time Grammy-winning pianist.
Oh, you ain't saying that right. 5-time.
Stop. The now 5-time Grammy-winning pianist, songwriter, and record producer. Chris posted a Google screenshot of Glasper and wrote, "Bro, who the fuck is this?"
See, and this is ass.
CB's vitriol didn't stop there. He posed the question again in another IG post. Y'all playing, who the fuck is this? And he did it a third time. Who the fuck is Robert Glasper? He then mockingly told his fans that he's got to get his skills up and start playing the harmonica. He ended his tantrum by displaying a photo of himself playing the harmonica with the caption, "New level unlocked, harmonica breezy."
Listen.
So here's the thing.
I got some shit to say about this thing.
So here's the thing. Remember we was talking about one of my pet peeves about people completely dismissing the opinions of lay people and fans when it comes to critiquing a particular field. And we came to the agreement that when it's super technical shit, sure. Absolutely. Because you don't know what the fuck you talk. Right. But any of the entertainment aspect of it, any of the subjective aspects of it, other people need to shut the fuck up and let them have their opinions.
Yeah.
Chris, you are on the inside of that. You are an artist. You're an artist. You should know more than the layperson would know the names of some of these producers and piano players and all this. Like you are on the inside of this. Like you should know some of this thing. And if you don't know, you have the resources.
You got people
easily
who
find out.
Yeah, you got people that know him.
You know people who know him.
I'm sure you do.
Matter of fact, let's see something real quick. Because I'm interested now. I never thought
is it safe to say that all along Breezy was a person of established poor character early on? Because back in the day, they gave him, a lot of people gave him passes I felt like they shouldn't have given him. I remember arguing with women about this. I was like, yo, he put hands on Rihanna.
Yeah.
He put hands on me. I'm talking at the time when it was fresh, new, all that. And I heard quite a few women push back to the point where it was rather disgusting. Because it was some women that I knew. I was like, yo, he put hands on Rihanna. Now, everywhere in the hood where shit like that is happening, y'all fix your face to say the truth about it. He a piece of shit. He be beating on his girl, he be beating on. But in this case, what's up? And almost to the person, it was about how attractive he was to them. Can you imagine how utterly disgusted I was with them?
Bruh.
Just on the like, yo, so another woman was getting beat upon. And you good with it because you like the way the nigga that beat her up look.
Absolutely.
You can't ever say anything to me about level of morality, about the whole on the whole, because I'm the guy that's willing to hold these niggas accountable when they do that bullshit. And when I come to you, like, yo, expecting, because I know y'all ain't rocking with that. I find out you rocking with it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what she did? Oh my, are we doing that?
Yeah. Thanks. Yo, all right. So we talking about context is everything, right?
Yes. Well, so it's half of it.
Well, right. We're talking about Chris Brown, who is an R&B artist, complaining about the Grammys, which is the most famous system of recognition for musicians in the United States, right? And we're talking about the year 2023.
Yes.
These three things are important. Why? Because Robert Glasper won the Grammy for best. Listen, he won the Grammy for best R&B album in 2013 as well.
This nigga been around. He had already won some shit, and you sitting there See, my thing is, right?
Hold up. He won the Grammy for Best Traditional R&B Performance in 2015 as well. Hold on. He won the Grammy for Best R&B Song in 2021 as well. So is Chris Brown, someone who is in this very same field.
Yeah.
And apparently you care so much about the fucking Grammys.
Apparently.
How the fuck do you not know who this person is? Now, that don't track to me.
I think what is going on here is that Chris may be, I know this might be shocking, even more ignorant than you gave him credit for before. See, here's the thing. I get what you're saying. Nigga, you work in the same line of work as him. He's already won 2 awards previously and one during the time.
One a decade ago.
You were Chris Brown then. You was Chris Brown then. Why don't you know? Because maybe, just maybe, he is more ignorant than you first thought.
All right, hold on. I would replace the word ignorant, not to dismiss it, with the word arrogant.
Well, that a lot of times
one is a symptom of the other.
Diagram where that shit overlaps. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I think
what the fuck?
I really do think sometimes because I even have to catch myself sometimes. As much as I be saying people be dumb, right? I gotta catch myself sometimes because sometimes there's a lapse.
Yeah.
And I had to say, or this motherfucker is probably dumber than I thought. I know it seems crazy to us to say that somebody's dumber than we thought. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it's entirely possible that there are times where we underestimate the abject stupidity of the people that we're criticizing. Now, here's the thing about Chris Brown. The things that we know about him. Gang affiliated.
Sure.
Although I am not sure if he was gang affiliated before or after he got into the music industry. That's it. So
I'm pretty sure it was after.
We know about all of the other antics, or a lot of the other antics he's been gotten into that had us going, nigga, what are you doing? I still think we highballed him. I think we highballed him.
In what way?
I think even with all of the things we knew about him, we didn't think he would be dumber than that.
I can tell you why. Not just us, just people. It's because people are blinded by talent.
Right.
And as I said at the beginning of this, I was not being facetious.
Yeah.
Chris Brown is one of the most talented people that has ever graced music. He is.
Yeah. He just is.
He also happens to be a piece of shit. And as we hinted at last week, there are several people who fit in that Venn diagram.
Yes. And again, hard work beats talent when talent ain't working hard.
Hey, listen, my guy. So
I've been on the end of that shit for a long time. It's like I'm just going. You might be arguably a better MC, but I'm going to outwork you.
Hey,
outwork you.
So let me see. 2015 best R&B album. 2015 favorite. That's a. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong goddamn awards. Hold up, let me look. Let me find the Grammys. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Grammys and shit.
No, I was looking at the American Music Awards. Wait, hold up. Has he never been nominated for a Grammy? Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. So, in 2010, in 2010, Chris Brown doesn't have a nomination. In 2013, Chris Brown has a nomination for a different category than Robert. In 2015, Best R&B album, best traditional performance, best R&B song 2021. All right, so I'll give him the slight benefit of the doubt because I was about to roast the fuck out of him if this was true, but it doesn't appear to be true. So I'll mention that out loud as well. I'll give him this slight.
I'm still gonna roast him.
Oh no, there's a whole nother story about him. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that they never like competed against each other for one of these awards.
Yeah,
I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. Yeah. But still, this
motherfucker's
been winning.
Did.
Well, right. Right, that's true.
And he got paintbrushed. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Outside of this instance.
Right.
But this motherfucker's been winning Grammys for a decade.
Before you, nigga.
I mean, all right, so here's the thing. This next story was brought to my attention also this week.
Came across your desk.
Chris Brown. All right, so y'all know at concerts, particularly for people who are sex symbols, right? There is this point of the concert where they'll pull a fan on stage and they'll do the whole dancing on them.
Yes, I've done it many times myself.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so y'all are aware of that phenomenon.
Yes.
So seemingly innocuous because it happens all the fucking time. Like,
I just saw Janet Jackson do that shit.
Bruh, she does it at every concert. Yeah. So Chris Brown did this in a recent concert. And the lady, what up, Cindy?
What up, Cindy?
The lady, I'll admit it seemed a bit weird. I had never seen anyone I'd never seen anyone perform like I had never seen anybody react like this to one of these situations, like ever. And like, it was odd. It was really odd for me that she didn't seem like she was interested in what was going on. Now, here's the wait, hold on. She had her phone out. And I can only assume what she was doing was she was like trying to live stream or whatever. So as he's singing and dancing around her, he notices her phone. He takes it out of her hand and puts it on her lap. You see how you just groaned? But that's not the end of the story. So he continues dancing and singing. And then she puts her phone back up again. He takes her phone out of her hands and he throws it.
Throws it. Yeah, I heard about this.
And I see so many people. Tony Bro really, like, he had 2 takes in these past 2 weeks. And they were both about Chris Brown. And this kind of goes back to what the fuck I was saying earlier. Like, y'all be on these other niggas nuts, like, really too hard. Like, I feel, hey, listen.
They be swinging.
I personally feel like y'all be on these other niggas nuts a little bit too hard. They be
basically sexually assaulting these other niggas, yo.
Bruh. Like, the first thing was last week sometime, because Chris Brown has a new song with one of the Bailey sisters. I think Haley, her name is Holly Bailey or Chloe Bailey. I think it's Holly though. I don't know them either. But
I know.
He got a song with one of them, and everybody was talking about how she shouldn't have did it. Blah 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 blah. So Tone Bro caught wind of that, and he like, y'all crazy, something this. Rihanna was a long time ago, blah, blah, this. And here's the thing. Everybody don't know the information about the Rihanna thing. So let me clear some of that up for some of y'all. I sent you perfect. Remember that video I sent you of the nigga Zach Stacy like beating the fuck out of his girlfriend?
Yes.
And he ended up getting 6 months for it. And then on top of that, after the 6-month sentence, she put out a video talking about, no, I don't want him to go through that and blah, blah. So before I go back to Chris Brown, let me speak on that specifically, that situation. I don't give a fuck.
Same.
What? Same. Once the victim, because it's been proven, once the victim expresses that they have been assaulted, that they have been that they have been assaulted, I don't give a fuck what they say after that.
Yo, no, I'm gonna say one major reason for that. It's above you now. There are certain crimes where the state takes over. It's not even about. It's not even about you just there to be a witness that the fact that the motherfucker did the shit. It's not about you. The state takes it up. It's not about whether you can't say I dropped the charge. No, we got enough evidence where we listen. This process is going to continue without you. We got too much evidence for that. I am in the exact same position you are.
Now let me be clear. In the event where there's an accuser and it comes back that it didn't really happen.
Yes.
All right, then I can't help you.
Right. Because you lied.
But if we've gotten to the point where we have evidence
that
it actually did happen, anything after that point, I don't give a fuck what the victim says about the person.
You did it.
Because also, on top of it being above them now, Stockholm syndrome is a thing.
Yes, which is the other thing. Like you cannot necessarily go off of what the victim is saying after they say because this person has been psychologically abused as well as physically abused, and this is a reaction that you would expect in a lot of these cases from situations like that. So no, that's not going to get me off this motherfucker because that person that they abused just said, I don't want them locked up for it though.
Right.
It's out of your hands now, sweetie.
It ain't got shit to do with you.
Not
at this point. It's not. It has nothing to do with you, particularly because you aren't together anymore.
Right.
So what that means that there are other potential victims out here.
Exactly. He or she could do that to somebody else.
Right. So, with back to the Chris Brown and Rihanna thing. Again, a lot of people probably don't know this because they probably heard what happened initially and washed their hands of it completely. Which, again, like I said, generally, once I see evidence, I don't really care. However, she came out and expressed that it wasn't what y'all thought it was.
It was more mutual combatant type shit.
Now here's the issue with that. I still don't care. Like, and the reason I still don't care is I just got on here and told y'all last week about my sexual assault situation where I was sexually assaulted. Yes. Now, obviously, a lot of that was in fun that just happened to go too far.
Right.
But I was able to restrain myself. If that was a situation where she was trying to physically assault me, I still would have had to try to restrain myself.
You couldn't go all out the way you would
have. That part, though, that very specific part that you just said. I saw those pictures. I saw those pictures. So
me too.
I don't. No, you don't know that, and I don't know that. What I'm saying is it's irrelevant. Like
my thing
nothing.
Is, we don't know who hit who first.
Facts.
But the assumption is, like
I saw the results.
Yeah, he didn't look like he got fucked up.
No, he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, not necessarily in his defense, but the nuance in these domestic disputes, because I've seen both ways.
Oh, absolutely.
It was a family across the street I was growing up from where the wife was abusing the husband, and it was so evident that the whole block knew it, right?
Yeah.
could be a situation where motherfucker pain will make you strike out.
Right.
And it doesn't matter who it is. It's more about, I just felt this pain and I instinctively don't think a woman can't hurt you like that, because a woman can absolutely hurt the fuck.
Which is why in my hypothetical about last week, I said I would have still had to restrain her.
Yes.
Because I'm
a
not
woman can hurt you,
let you just I've
seen the results of it. I've seen a dude, he would come out in the morning to go to work, and his daughter was a friend of ours, right? I seen the results of women whooping on this motherfucker's ass. I went to school with a girl who used to grab these little niggas up by their ankles, shake their shit, and get the shit out their pockets. But I'm trying to tell you, it's not the weaker side. In general, sure. Listen, look, a cat can be smaller than you and you up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thanks.
Thanks.
So, here's the thing. The only people who are still, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna say this. The only people that are in this situation, like if you don't listen to the type of music that these people make, if you aren't into what they do, then you're an outside opinion.
Right.
Not to say that your opinion is invalid,
right,
but it's absolutely an outside opinion. The only inside opinions that are still talking about Rihanna, I've never, not to say it doesn't exist, I don't see them saying,
right,
this is the only reason, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Why? Because there's more. There's more stuff. There's a bunch more stuff. There's stalking that he's done since then.
Yeah.
There's colorism that he's displayed since then.
There
are a bunch of other things that make him a piece of shit.
Facts.
Even if,
also,
and again, I don't.
What McKenna's saying here, if Amber Heard can throw shit and cut off part of Johnny Depp's finger, it doesn't matter who started the argument. Someone escalated it. Escalated it.
But it still could have been her that escalated it. Again, I don't know the facts.
I think it was her.
Yeah, see,
I saw part of the trial. Man, my daughter's about the trial.
No, not Amber. I'm talking about Rihanna. Rihanna. It could have been Rihanna. We don't know.
We don't know.
Listen, this is the thing. This is why I often say on here to stay away from leaning on these absolutes.
Facts.
Because what happens is when nuance is introduced into a situation and you're used to being Mr. or Mrs. Absolute,
exactly,
you don't hold up to that end of the bargain.
And
you
also,
start talking about, I know this is what's happening, and you have no idea
what it's like. And also, it takes away from some of your credibility on these topics, because you can't be talked down.
See, I gotta pick on argument because I always go back and forth with argument. He said self-defense is one thing, but when Breezy comes out without a single scratch, was it self-defense before or after the 8th haymaker? Here's the thing. We have no idea. Again, you're making almost truth claims to something that we don't know. You got to think about it. Both of them motherfuckers light as fuck. Complexion wise, he might have only hit her once. It's possible, and it could have resulted in that type of bruising.
I know one of the accusations was ramming her head into the dashboard of the goddamn car.
Absolutely,
I do know that.
That's not acceptable.
No, not at all. Like,
but the point that I'm making is he had an issue with Rihanna. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. It's a bunch of other shit. He has a history of doing things.
He does.
So,
and I've heard other things from people that just hung around him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So like that. That's why I said earlier. Is it safe to say that he's always been a piece of shit?
Right.
Is that safe to say? Can we now?
I think
say that wasn't a one and done with Rihanna. Also, we don't know who provoked what, when, where, and the other. But I gotta say, after that, have you heard anything about Rihanna duking up anybody?
Nope.
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, but we've been hearing all this shit about you, Breezy.
See, now, McKenna, this is exactly my point. We can't really know if he wasn't injured. We don't know that. Just because we didn't see bruises or whatever, we don't know what she might have kicked him in the rib with a heel and cracked the rib or some shit. We don't know that. But like she said, I don't have to think there were pics afterwards like Amber Heard. But either way, there are a lot of reasons not to like him. And that is my point.
Right.
That is my point. My point is, no, doesn't matter how you feel about the Rihanna situation, because you, at the end of the day, you don't know what the fuck happened. You can claim you do, your morality can try to convince you know, don't matter. There's other shit.
He did.
We don't have to focus on the Rihanna thing.
It's not like that was he was one and done with that shit.
Right.
It wasn't
There's a bunch of other shit. And this instance of him throwing someone's property because they weren't interested in him.
What it shows is, it shows his emotional state is still where it was back then. Like he hasn't really done the work. Instead, what happened was, for PR's sake, he did all these things in the PR to try to get his access back to a certain level of stardom that he felt like he was on the path to. So he said certain things, and then he even tried to get motherfuckers to feel sorry for him, because he came out with statements back then about, yeah, man, I've been going through this for a long time, and now I just want people to blah, blah, blah. Now the reality is, all of the things that you did that would apparently repair your image was only for that reason, to repair the image. You had not changed the fucking bit, because to go so far, first of all, when you on stage, you know what you're actually supposed to be on stage for? Them. Them, their entertainment, what they want, blah, blah, blah. That's why you're on stage, for that. He don't seem to be that type of dude. He's on there for his own self-edification, for his ego, make himself feel good. So when he saw she was not as interested in him as he felt she should have been, he got mad. And I'm going to tell you how trash that is, because, goddamn well, we live in a world where motherfuckers are constantly posting, live streaming on.
I said that.
She's having an experience right now with a famous dude, and she's trying to chronicle the shit.
There's another thing.
Hit you with the rock. It doesn't matter what you think.
Here's another thing. How do you know that this isn't a person with social anxiety?
Yes.
And this is how they were coping with the situation.
This is how she copes. Right.
We don't know that.
Right.
It is, and there's no scenario under which she should have taken her property and thrown it. Also, I don't give a fuck that she got it back.
It don't matter.
That's not the important part.
In the first place.
You should not have taken
in the first place. In the first place. And again, what does this show? Because a man who has gone through all that. Let's say he truly believes he was misunderstood in the Rihanna situation. Let's say he truly believes that. A man that has gone through all of that didn't have the composure, didn't have the control over himself for 1 second to say, I'm not doing that dumbass shit. As much what I know my name is already attached to, I'm not doing that shit.
That's funny.
The fact he had no control. The fact he had no control over himself and still did that. This is not a red flag. This is a red blanket.
Because here's the thing. You have an issue. Okay, cool. Then
when I went to see Kevin
Hart, send her off the stage.
When I went to see Kevin Hart, that's what he do everywhere. That's what he does everywhere.
Oh,
he makes them take the phone. Yeah.
But here's the thing. You get up there, it's a part of the show. Now, again, being in that situation is totally normal, because again, that's a part of the fucking show. Anybody that's considered a sex symbol pretty much does this shit at their concert.
Facts.
So if you're up there with her and she's acting like that, I've seen this. This is the first time I've ever seen somebody this interested. It kind of struck me as odd, to be honest with you. But I've seen people misbehave in other ways, and they simply get removed from the stage.
Yeah, they removed from the stage. That's all. And really,
all the fuck you had to do.
Yo, this is the other thing that really is crazy about why he thought that was the way to handle that. She's not interested. It's not going the way you want. It's screwing with your performance. You escort her, get her escorted off stage, and you get another one. Right. There's a bunch of people in this crowd, a bunch of women that would love to be up there experiencing this entire thing.
There were others. There were others on the stage. I don't know if they were on the stage at the same exact time, but others during this performance were on the stage. So it's not like that was the only person he brought on stage.
Yeah.
And he wanted this clip for some reason.
Right.
And she messing up his clip and he couldn't get another one. No, motherfucker. It was other people on the stage. Like, I don't understand. Here's the thing. Niggas be wilding. And when niggas wild,
that sounds like a video series. When niggas wild.
When niggas wild. Niggas be wilding, niggas be bugging, and it's
bugging is the new living.
I'm just saying, like, this motherfucker was wilding out. And Tone Bro, again, because I already told you about the last one. Tone Bro, again, I'm trying to find the tweet. Tone Bro, again.
For those of you who don't know, Tony Bro is a media, he's somebody in media in the battle rap community. He does like the vlog shit, and he also manages, I think, Snake Eyes. I don't know if he manages somebody else, but he manages a battle rapper named Snake Eyes. Yeah.
Damn it, where is this? I'm right around where it is. Come on, Tone.
What's crazy is too about him. So you right now you should that uncouth bullshit should be beneath you, especially after what happened to you,
nigga. What?
After you got socked out a few months ago, was it last year? You got socked out by what's the face's Stumbles, the other battle rap Stumbles crew socked him out of existence and shit. Like, you should not be co-signing uncouth bullshit. Okay, for real.
Yeah.
Because we felt bad for you.
Right.
We felt bad for you.
Because you was in a bullshit situation. Like, that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. But you wildin'. So this is what happened. It's a video. Somebody posted a video of the video incident, and their caption was, "It is impossible to defend Chris Brown. He just keeps doing stuff."
Yeah, what's wrong with this post?
Bro.
This is literally what he's doing. He's been doing stuff. He's been doing.
Here comes Tony Bro. I respect it. It's a million joints that would give a left fallopian tube to be on stage with Breezy, and you got your phone out for clout.
So go get him.
Shut the fuck up. Like, that don't even make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense. I don't give a fuck if 2 million people want to do a thing. If I don't want to do it, you don't get to touch.
And also for you to sit there and judge her because she put a phone out as if everybody's not streaming at all times when cool shit happens.
Bro,
shut the fuck up, man. Like,
it doesn't make sense.
That's why you got socked out. I think you said something. now I feel bad for him more. You might have said something.
He might have said something. Because, like, what the fuck are you talking about, sir? Like, what?
That shit crazy, yo.
That, like, that. Like, that's not a. No, Ogme is stupid. That's you're literally saying the point that I said.
Listen, he got socked out for a reason now. I don't want to hear that shit, yo. Nah, yo, because that's too wild. Like, yo,
that's wild.
That's too wild. That's too wild, yo. He got socked out for a reason.
Yo said I respect it. The fuck you?
He
mean
said you respect him bullying that girl. Is that what you respect?
Because that's exactly what happened.
You bitch ass nigga. Like, yo,
like, what is going on?
Niggas be saying shit, yo.
I just don't understand. Shit. Like, what?
You fucking cowards.
And you we protect black women.
No, you don't, nigga. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The fact that he said these two contradictory statements, that there's a million that would give a left fallopian tube to people, then go get them. Then that means there was no reason for him to react that way with this one that wasn't interested. He could have just got another one. Yo, y'all niggas make no fucking sense when you talk. Stop talking.
Bruh.
Sew your lips together.
Nigga.
And he talk for a living.
For a living. He gets paid to do this.
Come on, man. Saying stupid shit.
I just
You know, goddamn well, people. Listen. I don't have nowhere near the notoriety that a Chris Brown has with this huge ass motherfucking audience. But I've been in situations where, at the Reason Rally, when we got to get up, and I got off the stage, I performed. There was all these people coming up to get this autograph, shit like that. Yo, you know what's happening. You know what it is. It's modern times. This is today's autograph. This is today's autograph. They got their phone. They take a picture. Look, I'm with my hand, such. I got to meet such. That's what it is, B. And he knows this. And Tony Bro knows this shit too,
bro.
But you know what?
Because we got to see him get his ass beat.
We got to see that. There's clear video of that. But my thing is, it's cool. It's cool. These niggas, it's cool for them to hate on women. You see the shit? Like even if this person had the battle community's sympathies for the most part, because he was out there getting his ass whooped because of some shit Snake Eyes did, putting his hands all on Stumble Face, and Stumbles Peoples is out there. So, like, yes, I definitely was one of the ones that Stumbles. You should have swung on that nigga as soon as he put his hands in your face. But I ain't mad at his friends. I'm not mad at them, because if we standing there and somebody put their hands all in your face, I'm swinging on them.
Yeah.
I'm swinging on them. So I'm not mad at them for that, but we felt bad for you because you caught the wreck for that, right? To hear you say that, because it's easy, it's cool for y'all to hate on women.
Absolutely. Like,
that's all it is.
It's distasteful. It's distasteful.
It is.
Like, for you to insinuate in any way, like, get off these people nuts. Like,
yo, for real, yo.
I just don't get, like,
these niggas be Tarzan swinging on these nuts.
Celebrities entertain me. That's it.
Yeah.
Some of them I admire for their skill of what they do.
Right.
I don't have it. Other than that, they're just human beings.
That's all they are. And the occasional one will get a little bit of
know how I feel about human beings.
They suck. But the occasional one will be elevated above others if they have a certain social responsibility that they display with their money or their time, or they make a statement that needed to be said by somebody with a platform where more people would hear it. You give them the respect for that. That does not mean that when you wrong and you do some bullshit, that's going to protect you from the criticism. As we said on this show, when we started this show 3 years ago, your heroes have no power here. No power.
None. Because fuck all that.
Yeah. We ain't doing that.
That's facts. That's facts. That is all facts, Andy.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
I don't know. It's perfectly like be the change you want to see in the world. I try my best to be a shining example of what to do with celebrities when they reveal that they are pieces of shit.
Facts. Same.
I often that's why I bring up R. Kelly and Kanye as much as I do.
Because he's a big fan of their music.
Absolutely. Without question. I'm not one of these weird reactionary people that got to try to act like their music was never good or no dumb shit like that. Like, it's not reality.
Right.
The reality is this human being has revealed that they are a piece of shit. And they no longer get my support.
So it doesn't matter that they sung or danced well. This person in their real life is a piece of shit. So they're going to get the same type of criticism we would give others. And as a matter of fact, sometimes they get more. Because the reason I say that, nigga, you on a public stage.
There's a certain responsibility that you accept when you get all of these other fringe benefits.
Yeah. You're out of line.
You're always going to be in the public eye.
Facts.
So there are certain things that, fair or not, it don't matter. It is what it is. There are people that are going to look up to you. Like, I didn't put this in the script because I finished. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. But anyway, I finished the script for the Scandal Deeper Dive.
Yeah.
I didn't put this in the script. I probably won't because it's long enough. Right. But when I mentioned it because when I first started had the idea of the video and realized like Shonda like actively avoids black stories.
Yes.
Which isn't possible when you're talking about DC and it's a political show. So she had to involve them. So it kind of comes a little weird sometimes that she's absolutely against intra-racial black relationships. It's like I mentioned it to my sister who asked me to watch Scandal in the first place, like back in the day.
Right.
And she's like, who cares? It's TV. See, here's the thing. You may personally feel like that, and that's fine. However, that's not reality. That's not how that works.
And reality, folks, is where we live.
Exactly.
Is where we live.
Anything that people tend to see on TV, there are going to be people out there who mimic it, who 100%, look up to it, who make decisions based off of it. 100%. No matter how real or fake it is, 100%. They're going to do these things. So
100%.
We can't act like your things that you take in to your senses don't inform life.
It's literally probably the most unaware take that anybody can have is that you think that people don't get influenced by the stuff that they consume. Like, it's garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
That's how that shit works. Now, is it a complete 1-to-1 every time? No, because people are different and people also process the shit they're consuming a lot differently than other people. Like,
as much as we talk about people being dumb, some people are smart. Some people will look at this and see this is clearly fantasy.
Garbage.
This is clearly fantasy. This ain't the thing to fucking emulate.
Right.
If I engage in it, it'll only be for entertainment purposes.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That the ability, it's kind of the way I am with fiction. I am able to entertain an idea without adopting it as my own,
bro.
And I really, and here's the thing: you would tend to think that those that are the less critically thinking amongst us would be the ones that had the problem with this. But I have found that a bunch of so-called critical thinking, skeptical people cannot entertain an idea without adopting it as their own. And it's an embarrassment. It's frankly an embarrassment. I can sit here and SPJ brings up a scenario, a completely fictional scenario that probability states would probably never happen. We can sit here and have a conversation back and forth about it, what the ramifications of it could be, all of this shit without adopting it as truth.
Nigga, we've often done that.
Facts.
We've often done
facts. It's less disappointing to me when I see people that I know is just less critically thinking inclined, because this is what I expect of them. But for those that run around this motherfucker acting like they are the logical fallacy dungeon master, and you can't entertain an idea without assumption, we're sitting tall. We have both established that this cannot happen, or probability states that it probably would not happen. We're merely just having this thought experiment, going back and forth with this shit about the ramifications. You go, but it can't happen. We know we already established that already. You fuckhead. Especially when it comes to fiction. Like, people that I don't want magic in it because magic's not real. It's fiction.
We know it's not real. But here's the thing.
By the definition. By definition.
As much as we feel this way, there are people on the opposite end of that. There are people on the opposite end of that will see a relationship in a drama TV show and be like, that's gold.
That's life. That's how that's supposed to be. We're supposed to try to do that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like
people suck. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on 1 second.
Buggin is the new living. I'm just I'm sorry. So many people annoyed me this week. I be trying my best. I really do. I had this conversation with somebody, and I was like, people say that I'm hard on people, and I think that's subjective. I think that the people that legitimately think I'm hard on people only say that because the things that I hold people accountable for, they don't necessarily hold people accountable for. And the things that I'm lenient on people for, they aren't necessarily lenient on people for. So it's a whole thing. I just want people to be decent human beings. That's all at the end of the day I'd be asking about. Like, if you feel like that young lady on that stage was disrespectful to Chris Brown, there's nothing I can do to convince you otherwise. However, what I will not bend on is he had no right to touch her property. It's just that simple. Like, there's no debate with that one. There was no reason for him to touch her property. Again, the chances are she was just live streaming. She was taking the experience in and was going to have a way to remember that for the rest of her life. And if that's not the case, like I said, it could have been any other thing. It could have been, like I said, she might have social anxiety, and being on the fucking stage in front of everybody, having this thing happen to her, that might have been a distraction for her looking at her phone to cope with the situation. It could have been that she just didn't care for being grinded on by this stranger. Like, there are so many different reasons or possibilities as to why she had her phone out. None of the answers are take her property and throw it. Like, I don't know. That's how I feel. There's literally no way to convince me otherwise of that, because I don't think she did anything wrong. Like, at the very least, if she's not paying attention to you, okay, send her off the stage. That simple. Send her off the stage. Now, would people still be talking about you? Of course, because you got a bad jacket. You got a lot of shit on your name. And here's the point. You got a lot of shit on your name. And even though all of it may not be true, the fact that enough of it is makes it so that sometimes it don't matter if some of the rest of it is. Like, you have this pattern that you've established.
You have a body of work now that I can pretty much glean your personality from it. So say if you are a woman beating, children abusing, brigand, right? All right. So we have enough data about your activities to pretty much put you in a certain box. And then later an accusation comes out that turns out not to be true.
Right.
All that means is that specific time,
you
didn't do that.
Yeah.
But you got all
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Because you lost benefit of the doubt because of all the shit that we have that's established and substantiated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're still a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
This person may have lied.
Mm-hmm.
People may have had a misunderstanding about this, but that doesn't change. You're still a piece of shit.
Yep.
We have not forgotten that.
Correct.
And the only reason this person damn near got away with accusing you of something you didn't do is because all the shit you did before that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Let me ask you this question, because I heard this on the radio. Now I don't know what he did. This is more of a hypothetical question. It's based off something real though.
Right.
I don't know exactly what the dude did. He's in the pool for the draft, the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
Something that he did in some way resulted in somebody losing their life.
Shit.
He's only being charged at this point in time with misdemeanors, so it wasn't murder or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard people talking about it, and the example's not really important, but the phrase that the thing that he said, he said, "This is a young person. It is not a felony. I don't believe that he should be punished for the rest of his life for what he did. No, not for what he did, for what happened."
Right.
That hit the ear really weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
I might be overreacting, but I feel like in most situations, it's safe to say that if your actions cause someone to lose their life, it's not the most egregious thing in the world to say that you should be paying for that for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't bugging because yes, bugging. I can imagine a scenario or two where
it was an accident.
You didn't actually like you. There was no way that you intended to do. What happened.
Yes. Those are exceptions.
Yeah, those are
exceptions that we can have a conversation about. But if you're going to commit a heinous act like that, and there's really no sense that it was an accident or you didn't intend, like it was with malicious intent, and we can like there's really no doubt that it was with malicious intent. Yeah, it's kind of baked in the cake. You cost somebody the rest of their life,
right?
So why wouldn't you?
That was my automatic reaction. Like, but the other person's life is over.
And by the way, we got to say, because this is often overlooked in the conversation, not just the person that died. The parent of the person, the children of the person, the family and friends of the person.
All of their lives are forever
altered. Lives are forever altered because of some shit you did. So here's the thing. It's hard for you to get me to say that the person shouldn't be persecuted or punished penalized for the rest of their life for it, because you took one person's life completely away and you affected all these other lives as a result of taking of that life. So to me, that's fair recompense to me. Like,
now
there are exceptions.
I always allow for context, right? So I'll give two examples. If y'all are racing, right, and y'all doing 60, 70, and something happens and somebody dies, I look at that differently.
Me too.
Than if you were doing 125.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And somebody died. Because here, at least, because the Autobahn is different. The Autobahn, I don't believe, has speed limits.
I don't believe it has a speed limit.
But here, there is no scenario where it's okay for you to do 125.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That, no, I don't give a fuck.
You are out of line.
You go away. Yeah. I feel like you go away for that.
And you felt so entitled to go twice the speed limit.
Bruh.
Like this is something I can do this because me.
Right.
All right, well, they can lock you up for a long time because you.
Like, I feel like that's not a mistake.
No, stop. Bro, come on, listen.
Right.
You know damn well when you're doing something like that, that you're not supposed to be doing that, and you are egregious because twice the speed of
bro. You lucky you survived,
and you took somebody else out.
Right.
So
60. All right, you just being a little dumb.
Yeah.
You just being a little dumb. You made a wrong move, lost control.
Right.
You still need to be punished, but you don't gotta.
I ain't gonna lie. It annoys me to see people with certain levels of entitlement to break laws, to do this, to do that. That shit annoys me, especially when somebody get hurt as a result of it. Because I know at some point in time, somebody told your ass, said, yo, when you was doing it before, and yo, you just chill with that shit. And you went, man, I can do it. That arrogant, man, I could do it. That's the part that annoys. So when you jammed up and you fuck up, I think back to that point. You was told, somebody told you weren't supposed to do no shit. And you was like, yeah. People probably frustrated the fuck out of people that was telling you that. That was telling you, yo, don't do that. That's crazy. I can do what I want. All right. So now that you fucked up, after everybody told you not to do that shit, it's hard for me to have sympathy.
Yeah.
It really is. Because I've talked to people. I've had motherfuckers tell me they drive better when they drunk than when they sober.
Yo, oh my God.
All right, yo. All right, yo. Okay. Argument. So when you go out there and kill somebody, just know I'm not having any sympathy for your ass.
Not a shred.
Because you're talking stupid shit.
I'm gonna say 125 is out of pocket. It is.
It really
is.
Dude.
I only used 125 because I think that's what happened to another. It was an NFL player. I think he was a rookie.
Right.
Henry Shrugs or something like whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know what the outcome was, but his actions resulted in somebody's death when he was going 125 miles per hour.
When you get a certain age, you have to factor in what the results of your actions do to other people. And I feel like those who haven't learned that are the people we mostly had the main problems with.
Oh yeah,
in our society. It's the people who haven't figured out once they got past a certain age that your actions do affect other people. You are not in a fucking vacuum, and if something you do inconveniences, kills, injures another person, I don't want to hear from you. It was an accident, especially if it was gross negligence.
Gross negligence, yes. Gross negligence. It's hard to argue against that for me. Like I don't want to hear. No, I don't. What This wasn't something that was a surprise.
Right.
Like if you go 60, 70 miles per hour and you lose control, that might be a surprise.
Yeah.
120.
Come on, man. No.
There's a reason.
That's gross negligence, B. And I am not one of those folks that is particularly forgiving with specific things. Like there's things that I can be forgiven on. I look at that and go, little mistake there.
Right.
Poor judgment. But when you start talking about the big shit where motherfuckers get fucked up and all of that, I'm not that, because I remember me as a kid. And I remember some of the decisions I made. And I know that a lot of those decisions, especially when it came to violent acts, was intentional and malicious for the pettiest of reasons, being I'll get these points. People will look at me different, you know what I'm saying? Or look at me the way I want them to look at me for doing this. Now I'm about to OD. I'm about to go overboard with this shit. As a matter of fact, one of the phrases me and my friends used to bandy about was only the extreme makes the impression. We used to always say that shit. So if I'd have really hurt somebody really, 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 really fucking bad, anybody that knew me back then was like, this nigga is always saying only the extreme makes the impression. So he wanted to make an impression on me. So he went and did the absolute most. So you're gonna have to eat that one. You're gonna have to eat that one.
Absolutely.
We used to say that shit. Me, Dennis, Marlon, we used to say that shit. All this shit. I can say, I really would appreciate it if you stop doing that. If I bash your motherfucking skull in with this brick, you know what I'm saying? You gonna absolutely stop and have a different response. Right. Yeah. That was our mentality back then. Like only the extreme makes the impression. I grew up out of that shit.
Sure.
But there's still some truth to it.
I'm about to say,
there's still some truth to it.
Yeah.
There's truth to it. But we grew up out because you can't go overboard. Someone can violate you, absolutely, and you feel you must make them pay for it. You can go overboard.
You still can go overboard.
It's still possible. It's still possible for you to do so much that people feel sorry for the other person.
Like if y'all walking and the nigga in his phone and he bump into you by mistake, you could shoot him in his head. That's overboard.
You went overboard.
That's overboard. You went overboard right there.
Yo, McKenna said, speaking of negligence, did you guys see the report that came out of a recording of a manager for one of the big train companies? It was a recorded conversation where he told an employee to not mark damaged train cars that needed repair before being safe for transport again back in that is, and here's the thing.
That's wild.
That's what we caught.
Right.
That's what we caught.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Who knows what else?
Who knows what else? Yeah, bro, that shit is crazy. But again,
because for you to have that cavalier of an attitude, there's no way that's the first time.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. She said apparently there was pressure from the company to not slow down cargo because of costs. We always land right back. We always land there, bro. We always land there. Well, money. Look, Rupert Murdoch. in the court shit. Basically said, yeah, I could have stopped them from lying, going on there and supporting the fucking lie about the election being stolen, but it wasn't about red or blue. It was about green.
Right.
See, the problem is this, all right? With great power comes great responsibility. Bruh. Uncle Ben said it. Pete lived by it. Y'all may need to live by this shit too. like the reality of the situation is, yes, there are a lot of you should not do something simply because you can. Because in a lot of cases, you shouldn't. And the result of you doing that, if it go left, fucks a lot of people over, and then eventually you.
You spent so much time wondering if you could. You never stopped to think whether you should.
Whether you should. Now they jammed up. And now, and again, I said it last week, I say it again. If a motherfucker slanders you, libels you, and it costs you something, make it cost them something.
Facts.
Take them to court. If a motherfucker makes it hard on you, make it easy on yourself. Facts. And sue the fuck out of him, because the problem is, the reason why Fox got away with that all these years, because nobody sued them the way they were supposed to. But this time, when y'all did that shit, Dominion was like, nope, I'm not letting you do it. All them other years, you got away with it. You ain't getting away with it. You ain't getting away with it. Nah. We got you. And it need to happen. And actually, it need to happen more often to more these media outlets and shit.
Couldn't happen to a nice guy.
Oh my goodness! And the thing is, with Dominion, they had the money to have the lawyers to go up there and weather all of the appeals, to take it out of court, all that. Nope, they had them. We still going. Nope, it's principle at this point. We're still going.
Facts.
You gonna give me this $1.5 billion,
and then
punitive damage is gonna be even more than that.
Also, if you do it again, there's already a case.
There's a case.
There's precedent.
This is what y'all do now. Yes. One of the arguments I heard was that this ain't gonna stop the people that watch Fox from believing that bullshit. No, it's not. But at this point, it's not about them.
Yeah.
Listen, at a certain point, old Rupee gonna get tired kicking out of bed, because once this happens, if they lose this, how many other motherfuckers coming for their throat? Let's say they got enough cushion to cushion this $1.5 billion plus punitive damages. There's a chink. Yep. We can get through. I have recompense. You said, what about me? That's not true.
Right.
And I got the receipts. We going to court. Hey. And you said this shit. I know it was malicious. I know it was malicious, the reason you said this shit. I'm just gonna say stop lying. Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Like, fuck that. These motherfuckers. We talked about this earlier when you said about the platform. It's about how many people watching you, listening to you, and going to be influenced by the shit you said. That shit got a lot to do. Yo, if you're lying and maliciously lying, not telling the truth and reporting that shit is true to millions of fucking people out here, you have committed a crime. That's a crime, and you need to pay one way or the other, either a criminal or what's other shit in lawsuit land. So you gotta pay, the civil shit. You gotta pay. You gotta pay, because motherfuckers will act on what they think they know every fucking time. Every time.
Without question. Because it's just natural.
Yeah, all of us do it, because it's the only thing you really can do is act on what you know.
That's it.
That's the only thing what you believe to be true. If you believe that this is actually what happened, you're going to act on it. Like, if I really believe it's raining outside, I'm grabbing an umbrella.
That's simple.
It's that simple. If I go out there and it's not raining, oh, well, I got this dumbass umbrella with me. But, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, I only could operate off of what I thought up here, what I accepted as reality up here. And if they accepted as reality that that election was stolen, or half of the other bullshit they be saying about the pedophile, this and the, if they believed in all of that shit, it was because an entity they thought of as legitimate was telling them that.
Right.
That's it. That's simple. So I guess that's it for us today. We want to once again thank all of you for joining us.
On
this 54-degree day, sunny here in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you guys and your attention and your engagement.
Absolutely.
Do not forget, my man SBJ has quite a few pieces of content that's going to be popping up on the Multiple Entertainment channel. Not to mention, go to his channel. I mean, his Instagram and his channel. Everything about SBJ,
YouTube, TikTok.
Yeah, he's got some new music up there.
Yeah,
that's the lane he just dropping them. He's dropping them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And this is the first time that I've actually been simpatico. Like the freestyle was about the topics that this deeper dive and
exactly
the next deeper dive are about.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
and that's pretty. That's like a dope little style right there,
bro.
And it's a great way to repurpose content too.
Right.
Also, don't forget that Majestic Coming Soon will be doing our Kickstarter for issue number 1. It's been a crazy ass journey. We are doing our level best to get to a point where we are efficient enough to be dropping multiple issues in a year. That is our goal this year. I cannot wait to have 5 actual issues at least.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to look at these. You see this shit? Like, I can't wait for that. We will give you guys more information on that. But one of the things I will tell you now is the way we're doing fulfillment this time is different. When you go and support, when we're ready for fulfillment time, we will slide you this coupon for your thing. And then you will go to our store and get it from there. That way we can get your email address easier because we was having issues with that. I mean, your shipping address easier because we were having issues with that last time. And also, this is a great way to deal with the whole shipping cost thing. Right. Because the way we did it last time, it was baked into the price of the thing, but that is extremely difficult to do because you don't know exactly if that's going to be the actual cost by the time it comes to ship it. So rather than do it that way, you go to the website and it will give you the actual shipping cost there for the stuff that you want, and that'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy. We hope. But also, do not forget to check out my man Jaded Nerd's channel. Yeah, named after himself, the Jaded Nerd. You know what I'm saying? Do not forget to check out my man Super Side Guys, Metas and Mutants. Always check that out. What's the name of Chrissy's show?
I heard it through the grapevine.
Heard it through the grapevine. Y'all heard that shit. Through the grapevine. You know what I'm saying? Go check out that podcast. That's the name of the channel too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but even if it's not, if they just search for it.
You can search for it on YouTube.
It'll show up. It'll show up. Also, shout out to my man.
I mean, you had to put the word podcast because obviously it's a very famous
facts.
song.
That's a very facts. Also, shout out to our dude Adequate that couldn't be here today. Shout out, and of course, and shout out to Majestic Comics in general. My man Joseph Arnold. He wasn't feeling good for a couple of days and shit, so let's hope he gets better. Starts getting more, out there again. And of course, my other partner in crime, Grade and Square. Y'all already know about what's going on with that. We looking forward to just dropping these comic books and also getting to the point where we can. SBJ has a whole universe, y'all. Y'all ain't saying nothing. We got a whole universe over there. Universe. So for my man SBJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater world entertainment family, we are out.